have strength in times of adversity. At least you're able to stand. So we should pray for strength.
Okay. Will you tell them the number again?
I like how you said, it just was like, okay, that's it. For a number.
No, because you want to be like a preacher man this morning, but I asked that you pray for us and you're running away from it.
I'm not trying to be a preacher man.
Okay, so you are a preacher man.
We are all children of God, aren't we?
We are. I haven't said
when
that.
When did they ordain me
but listen,
as a pastor?
It's a privilege to be called upon out of the many to take us to the throne room.
By who?
Whoever it is, even Satan himself, you know. But to lead us to the throne room, you won't do it. That one, you're not coming to quote scripture like if you pray, do this, do that. What should we do with you?
Okay, guys, please call and vindicate to me. Number is 0204-738-481, 0204-738-481, or 055-033-1511.
Okay. So culture coming through from Asamankesi. Read some messages there.
Yes, please. Good morning, MS24 TV. It's a beautiful Monday morning, it sure is. This is Cultured inside Asamankesi. My inspirational message today is, the worst part of life is that you do not know what is coming up next. What did I just say? What did I just say?
It's okay, don't read again.
You pray for strength. You see?
Go to Takadia Camp.
I am a man of God, not a pastor. Martin, good morning.
Morning.
How are you, sir?
Fine, thank you, and you?
We are doing well, thank you very much. Good to hear from you. You're our first caller. Talk to us.
My video for today is, at the end of every channel, there is a bright...
Martin? Hello?
There is a bright light at the end of every tunnel.
Oh, there's a bright light at the end of every tunnel?
Yes.
Okay, Martin. Thank you very much for that.
Did we lose Martin?
Martin is that. Richard.
Richard, okay.
Hello, Richard. Do you want to talk to us?
Yes, I'm talking.
Oh,
yes, now we can hear you. Good morning.
Good morning, Godwin.
We trust you're well?
Yeah, good morning.
Wonderful. Richard, talk to us, please.
And how are you doing, Godwin?
Doing very well.
That's great. My video of this morning is that no matter how good your heart is, eventually you have to start treating people the way they treat you.
Mm-hmm.
That's very short. No matter how good your heart is, you need to start treating people the way they treat you. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Richard, for that. Have a lovely day.
Yeah.
No matter how good your heart is, you have to treat people the way they treat you.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Reflective,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah, very reflective. Yeah. Okay, so your messages are not coming through early enough this morning, but let's go to Sunyani, Godwin.
Absolutely,
and, see if I can
and
have
talk
some
to Robbie.
messages.
Robbie, good morning.
Hello.
Hi, Robert.
Hello.
Yes, Robert, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Oh, I can hear you too.
Beautiful.
I want to speak in English.
Yeah, please, go on.
Oh, okay. I say sometimes Abrabono, the whole one I say, Enquia. Not to build webinar say, one year, and I say, build webinar to pronounce my two from the
Except say at the beginning by anting film in any ending. No, what's Abrabon your bonnet and Koyading?
Yeah, so true, webinar to pronounce now, Safwana. It was open in our
Okay. No, right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. No, funny as it is, I think I've heard Pastor Chris say something like this before.
Break the door?
Not necessarily the door. He said a wall. So sometimes, you know, you're faced with certain challenges.
That's
you're going somewhere and there's a wall, you know, sometimes you push the wall down. Yeah, sometimes you push it down.
Do you know how much cement is in Ghana?
Forget. Ghana cement, yeah, you can't do anything. You push the wall down. If you can't, and the wall is too much for you, you also walk through the wall if you can. Just walk through it. Yeah, that's what faith is about. Hi, Kobe. Good morning.
Good morning, Gordon.
How are you, Kobe?
I'm doing great.
Wonderful, Kobe. Talk to us. Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Asante Mampo.
Asante Mampo.
Oh, wow.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Talk to us.
Okay, my video for today is to be successful in life,
you have to be a man, not a boy.
To be successful in life, you have to be...
Yeah, be a man, not a boy. And the reason is because a boy talks much, but show less.
Okay.
And a man talks less, but show more.
That's maturity.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Talk less, show more. Thank you very much, Kobe. Have a lovely day.
That's the Ogak of the DDOVs today. Hopefully it will run. Talk less, show more.
Yeah.
Talk less, show more.
But to be successful in life, you have to be a man, not a boy. Because a boy talks more and shows less.
Apart from success, how else can you also apply this principle?
You can apply it everywhere. Everywhere, not just in success. It's true. You.
Okay, guys, that's it. Let's share your DDOV with them today.
Oh my goodness, we're off to a good start this morning, guys. Our DDOV for you today is: if you can count your money, work harder. Who quoted this?
Yeah, we've been challenging this, but
If you can count your money, work
meaning
harder.
it's not a lot.
And also, so if I calculate my money at EcoBank and Cowbank and Fidelity, meaning that, Charlie, I need to work harder.
You have something to be calculating, eh?
Charlie, the small that is there, you have to calculate it so that you know how to manage your stuff. But if you can count it, because I don't think Jeff Bezos or
They know.
They know how much they have.
They know. How did they arrive at
they
whose
know.
net worth is this at this point? Who's at the
And
top
net worth
three
now
or
is
top?
estimated, say, say no more.
Okay,
but
okay.
the actual
But
figure, like I said,
money. Okay.
So work harder.
Okay.
Yes, please. We'll work harder. Meanwhile, enjoy this inspirational song, You Say by Lauren Diagling. I love this song. We'll be back.
July. For sponsorship and inquiries, call 0243 024 552. Ice Adonis, the story of stepsisters whose rivalry turns to hatred when one sister is framed for murder. From the action-packed opening episode featuring a prison break followed by a dramatic fight at a wedding, the story twists and turns through 5 years as the wrong sister battles to win back the life and love stolen from her. Be ready for the suspense, the excitement, and the emotional roller coaster. An addictive tale of hatred, rivals, manipulation, and deceit, set in the glamorous world of the cosmetics industry. Ice Adonis premieres on MX24 this July. For sponsorship and inquiries, call 0243 024 552.
Dreaming of a property for your home or workspace is one thing, but finding the property at the best locations with the most favorable condition and closing that deal is another. And that's why we are here. From Accra, Ghana, to Lagos, Nigeria, to Cape Town, South Africa, we are bringing you prime properties, affordable home solutions, and intriguing interviews with CEOs of various real estate companies and everything in between and on. My name is Kwesi Otten Desmond, and this is Property Take. Property Take, your gateway to Africa's real estate market. Showing this on every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. on MX24.
If you're into content production for digital or TV, say hello to the MX24 studios. We're the prime location for your music video shoots, live productions, TV shows.
Ice Adonis, the story of stepsisters whose rivalry turns to hatred when one sister is framed for murder. From the action-packed opening episode featuring a prison break, followed by a dramatic fight at a wedding, the story twists and turns through 5 years as the wrong sister battles to win back the life and love stolen from her. Be ready for the suspense, the excitement, and the emotional roller coaster. An addictive tale of hatred, rivals, manipulation, and deceit, set in the glamorous world of the cosmetics industry. Ice Adonis premieres on MX24 this July. For sponsorship and inquiries, call 0243 024 552.
Dreaming of a property for your home or workspace is one thing, but finding the at the best locations with the most favorable condition and closing that deal is another. And that's why we are here. From Accra, Ghana, to Lagos, Nigeria, South Africa, we are bringing you prime properties, affordable home solutions.
Welcome back to the AM Club. Now, before the trends of Coffee Daily, there's a problem, and I need you to know that the problem of human trafficking is real, both within our borders and across them. Picture a child that you know and love, a niece or nephew, a sibling, maybe even your child, taking away from you to work on the Volta Lake for 8 hours. Picture that your sister or brother, mother, father deceived to pay money to travel to any of the Gulf countries for work. Picture that your sister gets there and all she experiences is that her passport is taken away from her and all she's made to do is work for 15 hours a day. She's sexually and physically abused daily and she's nowhere to run to. Now that is a devastating and brutal reality of human trafficking within and across our borders today. As a country, we have the institutions and one of the robust laws to end this dehumanizing problem. We must urgently invest in building a minimum of 10 shelters for male and female survivors within the next 2 years. Let us be each other's keeper by reporting any suspected cases of human trafficking to the nearest police station. We can use our voice, resources, and influence to support the established state institutions in protecting our children, sisters, and brothers against traffickers. Now, together, we can end human trafficking within and across our borders until we are all free. It's time now for Coffee Daily, starting with the trends. Hi, Mr. Number.
Hello, Ms. Adati. Let's take you through what's happening on Twitter, shall we?
Oh, you look nice, by the way.
Thank you very much, Emefa.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go through it. Kudus is trending, Stoneboy is trending, John Pencil is trending, Sarkodie is trending, KNUSC is trending, Thomas to Kill is trending, Durex is trending. Durex? Oh, you don't know what Durex is? Okay, Kante is trending.
Got it.
Rapture is trending.
Yeah.
I just said
told you
Jesus was coming today.
This morning,
Eh,
I
not
said if
today,
he hasn't
but
come.
Jesus was coming back. What?
If he hasn't come and gone.
If he has come and gone, what are we doing here? You're not going to be here. DJ Switch, Ghanaian, Kumasi. So a couple of things trending. Let's start off with Sarkodie, who had some very interesting things to say. Some people side with him. Others are bashing him for what he said in an interview. So let's take a look at it quickly. So he shares a cover of his new album coming out for your road trips. He says, to be honest, I still have a problem calling this an album. It is a playlist. Jams. So Jams is coming out November 11, 2022. But let's look at why he's trending and some of the things he had to say. Quickly. Okay. Olele Deep Field Source says that Sarkodie didn't miss in that context. It's easier forming relationships with your fellow Ghanaian man or woman in the room of power and influence than with another nationality. We need more Ghanaians in these global rooms. Until then, we utilize the few over there to make things happen. So let me give you a summary. So in an interview, Sarkodie said that a lot is demanded from them as artists. You hear, especially from radio presenters, media men, journalists and all that, about how, oh, you are stuck in this space, you win a BET award, and that's all you've done when, Burna Boy and the rest are, and Sarkodie has said that it is okay to demand these things from them, but what about radio presenters in this country, media men? Why are you not aiming for, even if you can go to CNN or BBC, you to aim higher, but you sit at one place and you feel like you can criticize destructively artists working so hard. Meanwhile, you are at the same place you are, but they are, your mates are out there also aspiring for higher heights. So let's all strive to go higher.
Essentially, you to take Ghana to the world.
Thank you very much. You want Sarkodie to take Ghana to the world, you to take Ghana to the world. So he mentioned how he got to the BBC because of the late Komla Dumont, So if Komla's trying to get there, he was able to bring up young Ghanaian artists. Same thing for presenters as well.
I saw that interview and thought that, wow. Okay, what has pushed him? Was it that he was answering a question or somebody came at him?
No, he was answering a question.
Okay.
And then people have started taking him. I understand that DJ Slim said he will respond accordingly. Like, what are you going to respond to? He didn't say anything. Like, I have no idea who he is.
Okay.
Maybe that's why.
Well, you never know. Maybe those who are criticizing him probably have put in some efforts and require some sort of equity back. That's why. Maybe.
No.
Because have you criticized him before?
No. But even if you have put in some efforts, what do you want him to do? He's doing his possible best. I mean, if you don't think it's enough, that's fine. But you too, we should demand a lot from you.
Let's talk about why he likes to grant interviews with shades on.
Because he's of the day.
Okay.
You understand? The light is entering his eyes too much. He has to, kings don't just show their eyes like that.
I agree. Let's go.
Shadrach Amonu Crab says, this is what Sarkodie said about Ghana radio TV presenters, and some of them are getting angry at him. But all jokes aside, that be the fact. So yeah, that's why Sarkodie is trending this one. Kali J says, once again, the core message Sarkodie wants to send has been diluted, and the whole conversation has moved from how the industry will progress to who did it first, or to who did it first, all because one DJ has decided to switch to being an agenda boy just to become relevant and fit in the convo. I totally agree with this. That's
okay.
The DJ Slim guy apparently wants to, take advantage of the situation and say. But Sarkodie said no lies over there, honestly. Moving away from Sarkodie, let's do Thomas Tuchel, who has formerly left Stamford Bridge, and he had some parting messages to give away. He says, Thomas Tuchel, but this, I don't know if this is official, I don't think so. But this one says, this is one of the most difficult statements I have ever had to write, and it is one which I hoped I would not need to do for many years. I am devastated that my time at Chelsea has come to an end. So as a quote from his parting message, CFC Sheikh says that, imagine someone told you at the start of 2022 that both Roman Abramovich and Thomas Tuchel would leave Chelsea by the end of the year. And it is so true, because Roman had to sell the club. Thomas Tuchel official.
It's been quite an eventful year for Chelsea.
You have our condolences. The pride and joy I felt at helping the team to win the Champions League and the Club World Cup will stay with me forever. Indeed, I am honored to have been a part of this club's history, and the memories of the last 19 months will always have a special place in my heart. I thought Chelsea acted too swiftly when it comes to Thomas Tuchel, honestly. He again says, this is a club where I felt at home, both professionally and personally. Thank you so much to all the staff, the players, and the supporters for making me feel very welcome from the very start. Frank Khalid said, still upset about the decision to sack Thomas Tuchel. Do you feel same, Emefa?
I'm still inhaling your condolences. Please move forward.
Okay. Malik Ufori says, Thomas Tuchel is only following one account, and it's Chelsea FC. His love for the club is real.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah. Goal says, Thomas Tuchel is really going through it. They share a picture and a quote from him saying, I'm devastated that my time at Chelsea has come to an end. I don't know, Chelsea couldn't do anything at all. I don't want to regret, though, just the way we sack money and now we are not seeing top, no. We hope Chelsea doesn't regret this decision. But anyways, Joseph Pencil is also trending. Frank Dakwa says, Joseph Pencil on target again for Genk. Okay, shares a nice video of Joseph Pencil scoring there. Joseph Pencil in 2022-2023 league, 7 matches, 3 goals. Bernard Tekpete in 2022-2023 league, 7 matches, 5 goals. Which players should these two have replaced in the Black Stars squad? So yeah, Joseph Pencil is not in the team, so someone is saying who should they replace? Saturday, Mohamed Kudus wins Man of the Match award at Ajax. Sunday, Joseph Pencil wins Man of the Match award at Genk. Ghana is blessed with talent. Absolutely. Frank Dakwa again says, despite spending just 35 minutes on the pitch, Joseph Pencil emerged the man of the match. Exciting to see Ghanaian players doing amazingly out there. GhanaSoccerNet.com says, in form, Joseph Pencil scores again after shock Black Stars omission. Scott Gillan says, something on opportunity as well. Aged 18, Fatau has more minutes in his Ghana career than Bernard Tekpete. Joseph Pencil and Yao Yeboah put together. Many other players written off despite doing more and less minutes than him. Black Stars not yet an effective meritocracy. All right, so moving away from Joseph Pencil, maybe we can do 2 more. KNUST is also trending. Let me find out quickly why. KNUST, first year girls. Okay, I'm not sure what they're saying. I wish you could play it, but the sound won't come out from this. Sir Ivan says, with clear vision, courageous integrity, honesty, humility, and clear focus, this is how far I have come up to. The students' interest will always be my priority. A meeting with the Vice Chancellor. Okay, I'm sure one of those aspiring for
hurry up and go and do the duets.
You want to do, please, producer, they say I should do duets and we'll see something.
I just want to have an idea what it is about.
So Durex Global says, we believe that a healthy and rewarding sex life should be everyone's to enjoy.
Okay.
Do you have a fair idea what Durex is now?
Yeah, of course I do. Now go down. I want to know why it's trending. Why?
I'm sorry, somebody shares a nice picture. Mayor of Uwa says, like if you understand this picture, Bagada portable handball Durex biggest bet. It says, and the picture says, in fact, let me click on the picture. Don't drink poison because it was served with your tribal glass. Vote wisely. Interesting. I think this is from Nigeria.
Okay.
I want to see the Durex comments.
I doubt it's making a big deal.
Oh,
it's a name of a footballer. You never know.
Durex?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not the name of a footballer, please.
Okay.
Sentiment aside, who is the hottest artist of the moment? Okay, Burna Boy and Ashake. So, I don't know. They are not tweeting about Durex, but they are adding Durex to the trends. So, Brother Gio says, you wear local stories, please.
Okay, first on a local story, one that may not excite you, but following the constant rise in fuel prices, the leadership of the Ghana Private Road Transport Union, GPRTU, has indicated it will soon communicate new transportation fares to the public. According to the union, the constant rise in the prices of petroleum products is depleting the finances of commercial vehicle owners. Now, petrol now costs more than 11 Ghana cedis per litre, and diesel costs more than 14 Ghana cedis per litre at most gas stations. We move on to the second story, where members of the coalition of aggrieved customers I'm on standby for Mr. Numbo.
Yes,
Please. The coalition of agreed customers.
Wait, let me close my button. I'll just still going through the directs.
You're excited
Oh, you should have
about
seen
it.
the rest.
Okay,
Whilst
I'll
we were
check it out.
Pedro and I were glancing through them.
Right.
Okay, second story. Members of the Coalition of Aggrieved Customers of Men's Gold are set to embark on a demonstration exercise today, Monday, September 12, 2022, to the Jubilee House over their locked-up monies. The group intends to present a petition to President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. As today marks exactly 4 years since the gold dealership firm Men's Gold was collapsed by the government, customers say efforts made towards the retrieval of their monies have been unsuccessful. Men's Gold was asked to suspend its gold trading operations with the public by the Securities and Exchange Commission in 2018. According to the SEC, Men's Gold had been dealing in the purchase and deposit of gold collectibles from the public and issuing contracts with guaranteed returns with clients without a valid license from the Commission.
Okay, now still staying with the President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo will from today, Monday, September 12, 2022 to Tuesday, 13 September 2022, embark on a 2-day working visit to the Volta region. Now, the President is scheduled to commission projects, inspect ongoing ones, and confer with traditional leaders of the area. Now, today, President Akufo-Addo will attend the opening of the Ghana Bar Association Conference in Hull, followed by an interview session with One Stone City Radio, where he then will depart to Peve to inspect the progress of work on the Eastern Corridor Road and the Agenda 11 Hospital project, both in the South Dine constituency. Now, moving on to international news, Queen Elizabeth's coffin arrives in Edinburgh yesterday from her summer home in the Scottish Highlands. Past 10 of thousands of mourners line the routine, many in somber silence, some applauding and others in tears at the end of a slow journey. Soldiers wearing kilt carried the coffin of the throne room from the throne room of the Palace of Holyrood. Can you help me with that word?
Holyrood House.
Okay, Holyrood Rise, Elizabeth's official Scottish residence. Now, the Queen will lie in state for 4 days before the funeral at the Westminster Abbey on Monday, 19 September, and the public would be allowed to view the coffin during that time. Her family, politicians, and world leaders will attend her state funeral. It will be a bank holiday.
What's the name of that Nigerian guy again?
Which one?
The one I was laughing at last week. The one was mourning.
Who? The one who... James Brown?
Please, was he at this thing?
Everything will happen today, so hoping we'll see him there.
Him over there.
Yeah.
Because I'm really hoping to see him there. All the activities, because it looks like...
But what about the Ghanaian that said, rest in peace, my grandma?
Wow.
Yeah, people have all of a sudden, you know, drawn back their lineage to Queen Elizabeth.
Mika, maybe I'm related to her. You never know.
But today is going to be quite a phenomenal day for Prince Charles. Yeah, and a very busy one, as Parliament would also confer to share their condolences. But we'll talk about it a little later on.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Tech
Let's
news?
finally do tech news, guys. And Instagram lovers, something exciting for you. Instagram will soon allow you to repost other users' posts, similar to how you can reshare stories. Now, instead of sharing shortcuts to these posts on their story, repost will allow users to send posts they want to share with their followers directly to their home feeds. Repost would also stay in your profile for as long as you want it, unlike stories which expire after 24 hours. The option to repost a post will be found in its share menu, and while sharing a repost, users may also be able to add their own thoughts, similar to the quote tweet feature on Twitter, although this isn't confirmed yet. The platform is expected to test the feature soon with a limited number of users, which means it could be a while before you see repost as a stable feature on most phones. Let me also quickly mention that iPhone is officially launching the iOS 16 today. So very soon we'll be downloading and installing to see the new features that they are introducing. So now on iMessage, you know, on iMessage, you can't delete a message when you send it.
Yeah.
So with the new feature, or with the new iOS 16, that's one of the features that it comes with.
Oh,
so
wow.
you can actually call back a message. Yeah. Which
but will the other party see that is deleted?
I hope not, because this is why I trust Apple. I hope they don't do what WhatsApp does, so that when I call back a message, when the person comes back, they don't see and they don't have to ask me, what did you delete?
Godwin, Johnny, are you tired of Instagram already? Because I'm quite tired. I'm thinking of, staying permanent with TikTok.
It's becoming like Facebook for me. Now, I exited Facebook last year, and I think I'm doing well without it. Instagram is gradually becoming like...
I'm doing well without it.
Yeah, it's becoming like Facebook for me.
Yeah, every time they're explaining something and all of that,
new features, and I feel like they're overdoing it. I feel like they should keep the platform very simple. We're enjoying it anyways. It's the first time
maybe Adam Missouri is enjoying the theme. It's coming with or something. I don't know.
Ah, well.
But guys, before we move on to sports and entertainment, remember that in support of the End Human Trafficking campaign, we urge that you report any suspected cases by calling the toll-free number 0800-800-800 or 0800-900-900. Sports is up next with Derrick The Afrogirl.
Good morning, and it's time for sports on the AM Club, and we are so super excited that the Bet Power Ghana Premier League has kick-started already, and I mean it's been interesting, getting interesting. It looks like last week my brothers and the sister didn't want to talk about the Bet Power Ghana Premier League, but I mean how to folk were on the wrong side after being defeated by Ghana Stars. I'm sure this is the reason why they didn't want to talk about the Bet Power Ghana Premier League, but because the English Premier League didn't go on when it was postponed due to the Queen's demise, but then the other leagues also went on. And also tennis, where Iga Swiatek had to beat Ons Jabeur. I'm sure it's something that Godwin will not be happy about, because he was actually waiting for Ons Jabeur to win, but then it was Iga Swiatek who won on the day. But many things to talk about over the weekend, isn't it?
Absolutely. So first of all, House of Hope was beaten. I didn't even notice. They were beaten by Ghana Stars. I think that's why Ishmael Lamte is lamenting on the House of Hope way. Is it Ishmael? Yeah, Lamte, right?
Yeah, Lamte.
Ishmael Ado. Not Lamte. Ishmael Ado is lamenting how Phobia has lost it. It's sad.
Because of Ghana's.
And Ghana Stars meeting us there. It's like Chelsea.
But it's been always a difficult ground for her to go there to be a Ghana Stars. At the Najima Bidu Park.
You didn't hear me, or you chose not to hear me. I said Ghana meeting us of August like Chelsea scoring Liverpool.
This week I have shut my ear and my.
I mean, surprisingly, this weekend is Chelsea Liverpool.
Oh, it's Chelsea Liverpool this weekend.
It will be a good one.
No, but we're not playing. But we said we are waiting till the Queen.
No. I mean, they postponed the games just for last weekend. So this weekend games.
So this weekend the games will continue.
Yeah. And Chelsea will take on Liverpool.
People, you don't respect that. We shouldn't be playing football whilst the Queen is. After we bury her, then we'll continue.
Really? Do I sense shivers down your spine?
Chelsea, not at all, my sister. Chelsea, not at all. We'll see, but I think it will be a good game. Both teams haven't been in good form and shape.
Derrick, how have you been actually? I don't like Liverpool talking. This week, one of my objectives, what I want to achieve, is shut my ear to noise. You see what Apple has done? Noise cancellation. That's what I'm wearing, an invisible one. But Derrick, how are you? How's your weekend?
I'm good. I'm great.
Okay. Dorcas came by over the weekend.
Oh, yeah,
I was not home, but she spent a lot of time at home.
Sure. So can we go on?
Of course, you can. It's your segment. You
Absolutely. And so to our very first story, Adriana Stars had to CEO of Accra Hearts of Folk in their opening game at the Doma, in Doma at the Nana Ajima Bedu Park. Adriana Stars beat Hearts of Folk by 1-0 to maintain their 4 games unbeaten run against the Phobians. They've now ended their 12-game run, a 12-winless run in the Bet Power Ghana Premier League. Let's take a look at how Adriana Stars did it.
An opportunity. Sam is driven in and that's the first goal. Oh my word, it's almost always leadership by example. The Nana Ajiman Bedu, the first stadium, has gone into a frenzy.
I think it's a very nice occasion to be an Adriana Stars supporter. I think Accra House of Folk in their attempts to, launch an attack on Adriana Stars got their defense break loose, and Adriana Stars took the opportunity. And Brad Tajay, with all the experience that he has gathered, launched a very serious one in there.
The build up once again. Brad Tajay, and of course, he had his eye on the ball for so long. Sam Adams came through. He drove the pass through the middle. Mohamed Al-Hassan was completely taken aback, and all Bright Ajay had to do was to nod it home for the opener here.
So they ended their 12-winless run against Accra Hearts of Folk at the Nana Ajima Bedu Park by 1-0. What a way to end your 12-winless run and at your home grounds. But for Accra Hearts of Folk, they need to go back again. As Godwin said, Ismailado is not really pleased with what Accra Hearts of Folk are doing lately, because during his time he had to win the goal king, scoring 22 goals, and also had to score plenty of goals for Accra Hearts of Folk as well. And he feels that Accra Hearts of Folk are not living up to the billing in recent time. But away from that, let's do some European football. Back Ghana, Ghanaian midfielder Mohamed Kudus scored a brace as Ajax trashed Heerenveen in Amsterdam on Saturday. Ajax took the lead in the 4th minute of the game through David Klaassen. After 15-minute, Tadic laid a free kick off to Kenneth Taylor to fire in the second of host. Kudus made it 3-0 shortly into the second half. Substitute George Sanchez set up the Ghanaian to net his second after an hour before Brain Bobby wrapped up the scoring with 20 minutes left. Kudus won the Man of the Match award after the game. Mohamed Kudus is at it again, and it's now back-to-back Man of the Match awards for Mohamed Kudus. The first one was in the Champions League, and now midweek. And tomorrow they face Liverpool at Anfield.
That's all he was asking for, playing time.
Yeah.
And now he's showing why he needed to be on the pitch. So I'm very proud of him. Nonetheless, he's facing the Reds. I'm just saying.
But last season, when he had a horrific injury, it was against the same Liverpool side. 9 minutes into the game at Anfield, and Mohamed Kudus had to limp.
Who broke his leg?
Yeah.
Who broke his leg? You won't remember,
not too sure. Yeah, not too sure, but
because you're playing.
So is it revenge? You think that he can come in?
Oh, he won't do anything. He won't do anything. Revenge for what? He won't do anything. We'll see. When is the game?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Champions League.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see.
Great. But now we move straight into tennis, where Iga Swiatek stabbed her position at the top of the women's game with a second Grand Slam title of the season at the U.S. Open. The 21-year-old defeated Ons Jabeur 6-2, 7-5 in an hour and 50 minutes at Flushing Meadows to add her first hard-court major trophy to her 2 French Open success.
Intriguing interviews with CEOs of various real estate companies and everything.
Ice Adonis, the story of stepsisters whose rivalry turns to hatred when one sister is framed for murder. From the action-packed opening episode featuring a prison break followed by a dramatic fight at a wedding, the story twists and turns through 5 years as the wrong sister battles to win back the life and love stolen from her. Be ready for the suspense, the excitement, and the emotional roller coaster. An addictive tale of hatred, rivals, manipulation, and deceit, set in the glamorous world of the cosmetics industry. Ice Adonis premieres on MX24 this July. For sponsorship and inquiries, call 0243 024 552.
Dreaming of a property for your home or workspace is one thing, but finding the property at the best locations with the most favorable condition and closing that deal is another. And that's why we are here. From Accra, Ghana, to Lagos, Nigeria, to Cape Town, South Africa, we are bringing you.
That's world number one in the women's tennis.
I mean, Charlie, but Ons tried.
Yeah, she did.
She did her best.
She did.
And it's the first time also reaching the finals, isn't it?
Yeah, I think this is her second final as well.
This she's gotten to.
Yeah. But for 1 hour and 50 minutes, that's amazing.
Charlie, it's crazy. Playing tennis for 1 hour.
Yeah, 1 hour.
Football is how many? 90?
Yeah, football is 90 minutes.
Wow. Okay. The women, they are strong, though.
Yeah, they are.
Very. I mean, football, unless you go to extra time,
yeah,
it's 90 minutes. Is it today that I know that?
No, when you go to extra time, it's 120 minutes.
But you know, usually they'll make noise. Like the stresses, they are not making noise. Why?
I'm sure it's because it's the final. That's why.
Usually,
everybody's attentive. Yeah. They don't want to, voice it out. They want to keep it inside themselves. You know, when you get to a point in time, you would like to keep it right out to bring it out.
I don't know. You are telling me, sir.
Now, straight into the men's final, where a Spanish teenager, Carlos Alcaraz, claimed maiden Grand Slam title at the US Open last night to become the youngest man ever to rank world number one. Alcaraz and Ruud went into the match with both bidding for a first Grand Slam title and to the top rankings, and it was the 19-year-old who came up on top, winning 6-4, 2-6, 7-6, 6-3 on Arthur Ashe Stadium.
That's it.
Affordable home solutions and intriguing interviews with CEOs of various real estate companies.
Ice Adonis, the story of stepsisters whose rivalry turns to hatred when one sister is framed for murder. From the action-packed opening episode featuring a prison break followed by a dramatic fight at a wedding, the story twists and turns through 5 years as the wrong sister battles to win back the life and love stolen from her. Be ready for the suspense, the excitement, and the emotional roller coaster. An addictive tale of hatred, rivals, manipulation, and deceit, set in the glamorous world of the cosmetics industry. Ice Adonis premieres on MX24 this July. For sponsorship and inquiries, call 0243 024 552.
Dreaming of a property for your home or workspace is one thing, but finding the property at the best locations with the most favorable condition and closing that deal is another. And that's why we are here. From Accra, Ghana, to Lagos, Nigeria, to Cape Town, South Africa, we are bringing you prime properties, affordable home solutions, and intriguing interviews with CEOs of various real estate companies and everything in between and on. My name is Kwesi Otten Desmond, and this...
Grand Slam title. It's
beautiful.
Impressive.
Oh, goodness. Dennis has new fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After all the big boys left out, it was only going to be a new face winning the US Open, and Alcaraz emerged victorious.
Such a young guy, 19 years old.
19 years.
Yeah.
But the men were making noise.
Yeah.
Unlike the women. So why the men were exerting more energy than the women?
You can't really say. Probably, they got carried away at some point.
I think they got carried away.
What is the role of the noise in lawn tennis that
it
you
is
people like to talk
so
about?
It's like boxing. Your energy is coming from within.
So that's it for sports. For more sports, you look at www.msc24 sports. Afrogirl is on her way.
Thank you very much, Eric. Thank you. Afrogirl is up next. We'll be back.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, I know you've missed me. Yeah, I'm back. Welcome to the entertainment news right here on the AM Club, where I give you all the updates in the world of entertainment and lifestyle in Ghana and across the world, people. Good morning, my people. Can we now go on and tell me how much you've missed me and how I look good and how I look bright this morning?
Okay.
Talk to me.
Okay.
First of all, you look exactly like the MS breaks. The colors in there.
My goodness.
That's so true.
You're looking very bright and shine.
I think the Hold My Tight Sleeve My Leg pants really look good on you.
I like it. It's palazzo
this
pants.
Generation is palazzo.
It's called palazzo.
Yes, it's called Hold My Tights.
No, even that is no longer called Hold My Tights. It's called boot cut.
Yeah, that's it. It's boot cut jeans.
Hold my thighs and leave my legs.
What's the meaning of chayo?
Chayo, like my dear.
Okay. Sweetie, I don't just think I can see, like, you look very beautiful, bright and shine. And you have been duly missed. Listen.
Aww.
That last one week.
I thought you were holding the phone.
I couldn't hold it down, no. I couldn't hold it down. One. I said, oh wow, that must be some work for you.
But listen, you do like a chunk of the show.
I know, but I'll give you your flowers after the show, darling. You do a sterling job. Please go on. What's happening? But wait a minute. What's the highlight of your weekend? The leave that you had. What did you use the leave for?
I didn't do anything. That's a funny thing.
And you look like this.
I was just home.
Okay.
And I was creating content for like brands.
Okay. How's your boyfriend?
He's fine. Jumping into our very first story, the internet sensation Shatta Bando made waves over the weekend after news broke that he has welcomed his first child. According to reports, the self-acclaimed billionaire has welcomed a baby boy. In a picture posted on social media, Shatta Bando is seen carrying the baby presumed to be his, but he has, however, not made comments about this. So we don't know whether to say congratulations to him or, what do you think? Because he's holding the baby.
I wish I knew how young he was. I want to compare him to something. How young is he?
How young is he?
Do you know how young he is? You don't know. Okay, then we'll leave it at that.
I feel like
because
he's in his 30s.
And producers, Shatta Bando has a child and he doesn't have a child yet.
It is you that said it. It's not it is you, Godwin, son of Lambo, that said it. It is you.
But why would I say that?
He said,
oh. But you know, if you want a child, you can get a child. So
it's
what's your problem?
Hello.
So what's the problem?
The story is about Shatta Bando. So he has a new baby.
That's what they asked. We don't know. He has not come to say anything. He has not confirmed it. But yeah,
but let's see the picture of him holding the baby.
So that's the picture.
How do you describe the facial expression? How can you describe it?
I don't know.
You know.
It's like he's shocked that they are taking a picture.
Or he doesn't believe that
the baby is holding
Is he Ghanaian?
I don't know.
But is he Ghanaian?
I can't tell.
I don't know.
I thought it was Nigerian at a point. Okay.
But whatever it is, if it's a child, congratulations to him and the woman that
you are
the
the father, the uncle.
We need a meme. We need that his meme. Have you seen his meme on WhatsApp?
Hey, you're being very naughty this morning. You.
Oh, okay. Please, move on, please.
Anyways, we're moving on to our second story that I know Godwin will have a lot to say. Rapper Sarkodie has said that the only journalists who deserve or qualify to criticize art are those who have made it to BBC. According to him, Ghanaian journalists who have sat on the radio for years but have not made any progress should shut it on musicians. In a conversation with Firestick, Sarkodie said he is appalled by the barrage of criticism that the artists are subjected to from local media people. According to him, these artists have toiled to build their careers to the top, and it's quite unacceptable for a journalist who has not seen any international exposure to continuously bash them.
I mean, he who comes with he who calls for equity must come with clean hands. Again, I've already said this. Think about it. Of course, I don't assume that Sarkodie is saying that. So if I'm not a footballer, I shouldn't criticize footballers because I can watch football. I can say, Charlie, you're not playing well and all that. But in this case, I agree with him because you're okay. Someone will say, but as the artist told you that he wants to go to the Grammys, he wants to some artists just want to make good music. They just want to entertain people. So maybe their dream is not to win a Grammy or perform in front of billions of people. They have their journey. They have what they see. So you hear radio presenters and TV presenters, and we cry, saying, "Wait to go say." So I think Sarkodie is right by saying that if you think that Sarkodie should be the ultimate, you should get to that point. What about you? If you want to criticize him, then show us that you also have a dream of reaching wherever. Not just sit down in your local radio station or TV station and criticize him.
I think the import of the... do I have my turn?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
I think the import of the message Sarkodie was trying to give was not to actually challenge people to get to wherever they think they can be. I think it says that for artists to also get to that point, it will have to come through a certain point, and that's mostly the easiest way would be through a journalist who have had the opportunity to be at a certain place. Then they can say, you know what, are you looking for an artist? I've got this artist. Or if you're a DJ and you were there at an international, you know, like maybe you got an international radio, you're DJ over there, clearly you'd be forced to want to play Sarkodie or Ghanaian music, and then that's how I can also get to the top. So they say now they can't get to the top if you the gatekeepers, the media, are sitting.
Yeah. He said at 20 years, you have been at the same place. So what's up? You two, what's up? Yeah. If he was up, you two, what's up? You understand?
See, I told you she does it better. See, last week I didn't remember to say you two, what's up?
Oh, don't do that. We each have our thing, you know. Right. Anyways, moving on to our third story. Asake, the Nigerian breakout star, released his debut album, Mr. Money with the Vibe, on Thursday. Now, since then, the project has been making huge waves on streaming platforms. And this is exciting because it's his very first album. People are even saying that this might be the biggest Afrobeats debut album yet. In 24 hours, the project had gotten over 2 million streams on Boomplay. Immediately after release, all 12 songs occupied the first 12 spots on Nigeria's Spotify chart. One of the songs, Terminator, also occupies the #1 spot in Ghana's top 100 list on Apple. He is also currently the first Afrobeats artist to have an album peak #1 on the Canada Apple Music chart. Congratulations.
Okay, now that's interesting.
Why?
Because I like how you described him, the breakout star.
Yeah, because I mean we didn't hear of him a few
just
months
like suddenly
ago.
he just
then it's like everywhere is Asake, Asake, like.
Yeah, and for his album to be described as perhaps the best Afrobeat album, wow, that's interesting. But you know, I always say that these breakout stars sometimes have been underground for a long.
He has been actually. Yeah, it's like so. Even when Don Jazzy tweets or the other Nigerian stars tweet about him, they are always like bigging him up that he has fought the good fight. That one, like nobody can take it from him. It's like he's been there, son. Then finally, some grace has located him, and you know he's everywhere now. So me, I'm excited for him because he's doing amazing.
I like his brand too. I don't know, something about him I find it very endearing. He's charming in a way for me.
Really?
Yes, for me I think he's charming. There's something original about him. Very Nigerian, at the same time very modern. I think it's working very well for him.
You know, my only thing with him is that sometimes his songs sound the same. So I saw it on TikTok, right? Somebody was playing his different songs, but they were acting as him. So it's like they didn't tell him that, oh, we are coming to play this particular song of yours. They just start playing the beats. Then it's like, okay, we are waiting for the song to start. Then when it starts, then he starts singing. So, but what you realize is throughout, like I think 4 songs or something, it's the same.
It sounds the same.
Yeah, it's the same. You will not know which one is coming to play until the song actually starts.
Is it the song that sounds the same, or the person sounds the same?
No. The beats, like the beginning of you will not know which song is coming to play.
Please, they said you should check out track 9.
Track 9?
Oh, track 9 is gone.
Where is it?
Would have seen it. There's a track 9. Please look at it.
Hey, I cannot say it on A.
But
please check out track 9. Thank you.
But it's Nigeria. It's a language. Please.
So say it.
Presenter.
So say
Tell us. We are looking at the album.
So you to say it.
But you know she can't turn her back to camera.
Yeah, I can't.
You
can see it from here.
You can.
Do you have glasses? I can't see.
Anyways, so yeah, I mean, I've started listening to the album. I've not finished yet, but I really like Organize and Peace Be Unto You. Terminator is actually trending #1 on Apple Music for Ghana. So.
Nice.
All right, moving on to our last and final story. At the recently held D23 Expo, Disney announced a number of releases to be premiered on Disney Plus in 2022 and beyond. At the Expo, audiences were provided with final trailers, first looks, and exclusive premieres for upcoming films. The series that will be released include Win or Lose, Iwaju, Peter Pan and Wendy, Inside Out 2, Elio, Strange World, and High School Musical 4, right? Some of the movies headed to cinemas worldwide and Disney Plus include Hocus Pocus 2, Mufasa, The Lion King, Elemental, Snow White, Disenchanted, and finally, The Little Mermaid, which black people all over the world are so excited about. Now, we have the trailers for both Disenchanted and The Little Mermaid, so let's see it.
Ice Adonis, the story of stepsisters whose rivalry turns to hatred when one sister is framed for murder. From the action-packed opening episode featuring a prison break, followed by a dramatic fight at a wedding, the story twists and turns through 5 years as the wrong sister battles to win back the life and love stolen from her. Be ready for the suspense, the excitement, and the emotional roller coaster. An addictive tale of hatred, rivals, manipulation, and deceit, set in the glamorous world of the cosmetics industry. Ice Adonis premieres on MX24 this July. For sponsorship and inquiries, call 0243 024 552.
Dreaming of a property for your home or workspace is one thing, but finding the property at the best locations with the most favorable condition and closing that deal is another. And that's why we are here. From Accra, Ghana, to Lagos, Nigeria, to Cape Town, South Africa, we are bringing you prime properties, affordable home solutions, and intriguing interviews with CEOs of various real estate companies and everything in between and on. My name is Kwesi Otten Desmond, and this is Property Take. Property Take, your gateway to Africa's real estate market. Showing this and every Wednesday, 7:13 p.m. on MX24.
You know, Our Little Mermaid will be released May 26th next year.
Wow.
That's
so far.
I know.
What about Snow White? Check out Snow White.
I don't. We are not sure about no.
When it's released,
but these particular ones are coming soon.
December.
So wait, you were excited about what's it? High School Musical 4.
Yes. Yeah. High School Musical I grew on.
Yes,
so
I did too. I saw that shot. What? It's
relax,
true. It's true.
You grew on High School Musical.
No, you didn't grow. How old were you when you were watching High School? Exactly. I grew on it. You didn't.
What you missed
I was
in your
like,
past?
okay, so I was like 17 when I saw.
Look at that. Do you know how old I was? All right, so let's talk about something else. But yes, I was so excited to see this. I think this particular one they are bringing is sort of a reunion, but then they've not. Only 3 people have been confirmed from the past to come. The Troy and Gabriella people, they've not yet confirmed them and all of that. So.
Zac Efron. Okay.
Yeah, Zac Efron.
But I think why does every girl, well, not every girl, most girls like Ariel?
Because she's black.
No, you like the Little Mermaid because she's black.
She's black and beautiful. It's different in our eyes.
Wait,
are you talking about this particular one? Which question? What question are you asking us?
No, Ariel generally. I'm saying that most people I have met like the Little Mermaid. Ariel, the character Ariel, not the certain days. Oh, you didn't like it until
of course I do. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really. I don't think I like it like that. It's not a big deal.
Really?
I like mermaid stories,
I like the princesses. Mermaid. I like, but it's not like.
So
I like it.
So you're excited because the black.
Yes, plain. Yes.
I see.
No,
Okay.
because no. To be honest, there's a whole thread on Twitter that I was watching today. It's mothers or parents recording their girl children as they were watching the trailer, and you could tell that that is what it means when they say representation matters. We don't see, because everybody here is black.
I think, and I was saying when they was playing that black people have been fighting for a place for a long time.
Yeah.
And for me, it's exciting because now black women who have been complaining in Hollywood are getting a chance to be on staff, which is really good representation, like you said, inclusivity.
Yes.
But it also comes to the point where you're like, but originally the story is not about a black person. So there's that conversation and there's this conversation. But I guess the greater good is that we have inclusivity and we have representation.
Me, my own is it is cartoons.
It doesn't
cartoons.
matter.
If we are bringing the
Matter.
cartoons to life,
like
we can choose. We can choose what color of people we want to represent the cartoon. Do you understand? She-Hulk is not green in real life, but we choose anybody to play She-Hulk, and then we make the person green.
Okay. Okay, executive producer.
Thank you. Okay, last thing. They are bringing, what's it called? Mufasa. So people don't understand why you are coming to do a whole story on Mufasa. What we really want to know is why Scar is as salty as he is. What made Scar so angry?
Mufasa it's because of Mufasa.
And that's how
no, but why? Mufasa is a good guy.
It's the good that's always given to the bad.
So then he becomes the villain of his own story.
Yeah. It will make sense.
We'll have a story of Scar too very soon. You see, no.
They should just do the Scar one. Why are you doing Mufasa?
Scar.
We don't care about Mufasa like that.
But it's interesting to have Mufasa's own story standing. We'll see.
Scar would have been more interesting.
Okay, guys.
To me. Anyway, so that's about it for entertainment news right here on the AM Club. I am the Afrogirl. Don't forget to follow me on all social media platforms at _Afrogirl. And of course, there's MX Live at 3 p.m. with Jason Ellie. Emefa.
Thank you very much. I was going to say Emefa. Thank you very much, Afrogirl, for that. Let me talk about something you two don't have. Beard. Now, Gemu Beard Product is your #1 luxury men's grooming and self-care product. Guys, this is our time to enjoy a wide variety of premium luxurious beard grooming products, specially made for you, the premium man. Shop their wide range of products, including beard straightener, beard oil, beard shampoo, and all the amazing products they have on IG at Gemu_beard_products. Please call Gemu Beard Products or WhatsApp them on 055 30 51067. Gemu, grow with care, wear with pride. And that's about it for Coffee Daily. Up next, we have Lifestyle Daily. We're looking at all the stories that made news over the weekend. But before that, here's Financial Tip of the Day.
Real estate. Buying and owning real estate is an investment strategy that can be both satisfying and lucrative. Unlike stock and bonds investors, prospective real estate owners can use leverage to buy a property by paying a portion of the total cost upfront, then paying off the balance plus interest over time. Some ways to invest in real estate includes renting out properties. This provides regular income and properties can appreciate. However, you should have the patience to manage your tenants. This method of real estate investment requires substantial capital to finance upfront maintenance costs and to cover vacant months. The second way to invest in real estate is through real estate investment groups. This is ideal for people who want to own real estate without the hassles of running it. In a typical real estate investment group, a company buys or builds a set of apartment blocks or condos, then allows investors to purchase them through the company, thereby joining the group.
If you're into content production for digital or TV, say
Ice Adonis, the story of stepsisters whose rivalry turns to hatred when one sister is framed for murder. From the action-packed opening episode featuring a prison break, followed by a dramatic fight at a wedding, the story twists and turns through 5 years as the wrong sister battles to win back the life and love stolen from her. Be ready for the suspense, the excitement, and the emotional roller coaster. An addictive tale of hatred, rivals, manipulation, and deceit, set in the glamorous world of the cosmetics industry. Ice Adonis premieres on MX24 this July. For sponsorship and inquiries, call 0243 024 552.
Dreaming of a property for your home or workspace is one thing, but finding the property at the best locations with the most favorable condition and closing that deal is another. And that's why we are here. From Accra, Ghana, to Lagos, Nigeria, to Cape Town, South Africa, we are bringing you prime properties, affordable home solutions, and intriguing interviews with CEOs of various real estate companies and everything in between and on. My name is Kwesi Otten Desmond, and this is Property Take. Property Take, your gateway to Africa's real estate market. Showing this and every Wednesday, 7:13 p.m. on MX24.
If you're into content production for digital or TV, say hello to the MX24 studios. We're the prime location for your music video shoots, live productions, TV shows, and more. From state-of-the-art equipment to a very skilled production team, we've got you covered. Step into our modern and spacious studio with a changeable lighting system and foolproof sound. Our touchscreen studio projection monitors come with other features, including Wi-Fi connection, screen mirroring, and a remote workspace mode. Take advantage of our high-quality cameras to shoot in 4K and a variety of the best lighting equipment guaranteed to put life into your sets. Locate us
on Moments. We explore the sights and sounds of Togo.
It is the man we make sacrifice to protect all the village.
You see these things here? They are more gods.
Yes, it is a god.
These are dead animals.
Tune in every Friday as we bring you stories, experiences, and fun-filled moments that you can tap into on your own trips in Ghana's neighboring country.
This is my house.
Moments in Togo. This month on MX24. Each Friday at 7:30.
Government hotel.
Government hotel.
Oh, wow.
By this time.
By that time.
Okay.
This month on Moments, we explore the sights and sounds of Togo.
It is the man we make sacrifice to protect all the village.
You see these things here? They are more gods.
Yes, it is a god.
These are dead animals.
Tune in every Friday as we bring you stories, experiences, and fun-filled moments that you can tap into on your own trips in Ghana's neighboring country.
This is my house.
Moments in Togo. This month on MX24. Each Friday at 7:30.
Government hotel.
Government hotel.
Oh,
by this time.
wow.
By this time.
By that time.
Okay.
This month on Moments, we explore the sights and sounds of Togo.
It is the man we make sacrifice to protect all the village.
You see these things here? They are more gods.
Yes, it is a god.
These are dead animals.
Tune in every Friday as we bring you stories, experiences, and fun-filled moments that you can tap into on your own trips in Ghana's neighboring country.
This is my house.
Moments in Togo. This month on MX24. Each Friday at 7:30.
Government hotel.
Government hotel
Oh,
by this time.
wow.
By this
Ice
time.
Adonis, the story of stepsisters whose rivalry turns to hatred when one sister is framed for murder. From the action-packed opening episode featuring a prison break followed by a dramatic fight at a wedding, the story twists and turns through 5 years as the wrong sister battles to win back the life and love stolen from her. Be ready for the suspense, the excitement, and the emotional roller coaster. An addictive tale of hatred, rivals, manipulation, and deceit set in the glamorous world of the cosmetics industry. Ice Adonis premieres on MX24 this July. For sponsorship and inquiries, call 0243 024 552.
Dreaming of a property for your home or workspace is one thing, but finding the property at the best locations with the most favorable condition and closing that deal is another. And that's why we are here. From Accra, Ghana, to Lagos, Nigeria, to Cape Town, South Africa. We're bringing you prime properties, affordable home solutions, and intriguing interviews with CEOs of various real estate companies and everything in between and on. My name is Kwesi Otten Desmond, and this is Property Take. Property Take, your gateway to Africa's real estate market.
Actual programs. My name is Godwin Nambo, here with Emefa Akusia Aditi. It's time to jump into Lifestyle Daily, where we are recapping the top stories over the weekend. A lot has been happening, and we want to take a deep dive into them. But before that, I want to quickly ask you if you speak French. If you don't, the guys at Alliance Française are inviting you to come over to come and study French, and they say you should come because they have experienced and professional teachers, they have flexible time schedules, they have online, hybrid, and in-person classes. They also have French for teenagers and children above the age of 3. To register, it's pretty simple. Call the following number: 050-128-7814, 050-128-7814, or you can call, send them a WhatsApp message on 050-128-7818, or visit their website at www.afaccra.org to register. Alliance Française, French Up Your Life today. Joining us this morning for our conversation, we have, of course, our very own Julius Kwame Anthony, who is the 54th NUGS General Secretary and also a youth activist. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
The Batakari there, I'm feeling it. Wow, and then we also have Angela Asantua Amwako. She's an International and Diaspora Relations Secretary, USAG, University Students Association of Ghana, also joining us. Lady, good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, so you are the current USAG or you're a former?
Current.
Current?
Yes, please.
Beautiful. It's good to have you.
The pleasure is all
I love blue too. Let me add that.
Thank you.
Let's get into it, Miss Aditi. And we're starting off with, of course, Aisha Huang's arrest and matters arising. I think following the story, I understand that she wasn't in court the last time they went to court. But the other 3 people who were arrested together with her were there, and they pleaded not guilty. So it's pending. So let me just quickly take your initial thoughts before we get into it. Julius, ladies first.
Well,
Julius should take a bite.
All right. I think the Aisha Juan story is very unfortunate, and it only makes me sad because it goes to prove that our systems are not working, and our identification systems, especially the efforts we have put into the whole national identity drive, the Ghana card, and all that. It proves that it's failing, because if someone who has been deported, the person's biometrics have been captured prior to the person being sent off the coast of Ghana, returns to Ghana and was undetected you know, up until even the person was not found later, even doing the galamsey she was doing. The circumstances under which she was arrested proves that if they were not having their own internal conflict, we would not have known that Aisha Wang is here. Or probably some people in authority would have known, but she would never have gotten arrested. I found out that she was arrested because she had an issue with a fellow Chinese over rent issues and all that, and then the woman went to report her, which means that she was not detected by immigration or anything of the sort. That goes to demonstrate how porous our systems are. I think that beyond lamenting the issues is a wake-up call to us that the Ghana card is not as, should I say, a panacea to all problems the way we made it seem, and that we need to up our games if we are going to solve anything. And one thing that's very confusing for me is the narrative of the NIA, that a person who has been registered with us since about 2014 came back in 2018. She was deported, came back, 2 years ago, demanding that her name be changed. And there were no red flags. There was no alert for them to detect that, no, there's something. You ask the person to go and swear an affidavit and come. And that is it. The person manages to change her name again. Someone who was deported. I mean, it's a very funny scenario, and I think that we need to up our games. That's essentially what this whole Aisha Wang issue is about. We need to up our identification issues. And then beyond that issue is rumors that she has a syndicate of girls who have videos of people in leadership. Regardless of whether or not that is true, I do not think that a foreign national should terrorize us no matter what she has on our leaders. We should not tolerate that in any form or way. If it were to happen in any other jurisdiction, in China, in the United States, anywhere, it wouldn't matter what you have on their citizens. They will deal with you. So we shouldn't tolerate that situation where a foreign national, but even if they have nudes of our leaders or what, we can deal with our people later. But foreigners should not destroy our country. So let's deal with Aisha Wang as a foreign criminal that she is, and stop doing the whole she has videos on our leaders and all those things. Something we shouldn't have any of. Yeah.
Hi, Angela. Good morning once again.
Good morning.
Okay, so because of your, your title as International and Diaspora Relations, I'd like to take your whole view on the international, implications of this, on the backdrop of what the Chinese embassy actually, the response. It wasn't a response anyway, but their reaction to this whole Aisha Wang arrest, because people have said the report, their communique was a bit general and wasn't specific. Her name was not mentioned in there. They were, sounding like how every representative of another country would have sounded. What's your submission on that?
Well, myself, let me be frank, I haven't chanced on their
communique. So generally, what it is, a few days after her arrest, the Chinese embassy, came out and indicated their position on their, international relations. Essentially, we do not support that our citizens will come and do other things that are criminal in the country and all of that. Except that people have said that this is so specific. This is a peculiar case. So in the reaction, we expect that you either disassociate yourself from her or show your backing for her in there. But they've said that the reaction is just too general, It looked like they were just patronizing us.
Well,
what would you have? Let me read. What would you rather, your submission on it.
Okay, so I think they've done their part, and all they sought to do was to still tell us or send a message to us that they still value the relationship between our country and theirs. So on no account would they jeopardize such bond. Hence, any person caught to break the law of a country should be dealt with, and whether or not they generalize it or the wearing specific. I think the only message that I have drawn from that, per what you are saying, is she should be dealt with, since she has gone contrary to the provisions and the laws of the state, Ghana. So I think from their side, they did the right thing. And because if a Ghanaian goes elsewhere to misbehave or do not conform to the rules and regulations of a particular country, he or she is dealt with. So in this case, first, per the charges, a deportee, from the very little I know about what's the name, being deported, that the deportee is not supposed to come back to the country unless maybe, if possible, declared. So in this scenario, she has gone and she came back without any approval, without any processing, which implies that she's much aware, and if she has maneuvered her way through and she has finally been graciously caught, then she should be dealt with without bringing in this form of.
Let's see, in other jurisdictions, the reaction of your home country is inconsequential.
Absolutely.
So why are we even tolerating the fact that, and the initial response to the Aisha Wan arrest back in 2018 leaves much to be desired. Osafo Mafo said that our relationship with China, is under threat of jeopardy if we proceed with charging Aisha in Ghana. And I was wondering, is she a diplomat? Does she work for the Chinese embassy? Is she an extension of the Chinese Communist Party or something? None of that. So how come that the dealing with her in Ghana jeopardizes our relationship with China to the extent that our Sinohydro arrangement with them was even mentioned in perspective? I'm like, two countries sign a deal, then one national who has nothing to do with the government of...
We never know.
Well, not formally. If we don't know, then we deal with her as someone
as we
who
don't know.
Yes, as we don't know. Why are we behaving? So it leaves a lot of things to be questioned as to whether or not probably our government is aware of a certain status Aisha Wan holds in China or in the Chinese diplomatic community, which is not public. And if that is the case, then they are not being fair to the Ghanaian public, because even diplomacy has rules. A diplomat could not have been doing what Aisha is doing, which means that by all means she should be dealt with. If it is a Chinese ambassador who is leading galamsey in Ghana, it's over the bar. He'll be dealt with. So why is it that an individual who is not even a diplomat, who has no official relationship with the country other than the fact that she's a permanent resident here, goes and do these things, the person is deported, comes back, and we are still talking about all these things? Do you know what? I'm told the woman can speak almost all the major local languages. Ewe, Twiga, all of them. This is a woman who is well connected in the country, who has come to really establish herself. So and has almost the attributes of a spy. Because I don't understand how she's able to...
And that's a good one too.
So
that's an interesting
you know that there have been stories that she didn't start off as like the kind of Aisha Wan owning mining sites and all of that, as we know. There's been stories that she actually was just like a cook to a mining, company in Ghana here since 2002. So I'm not even surprised that she can speak all the local language. But let's stay on Godwin. Let's stay on the deportation, okay? Because there have been not rumors, but there have been proofs of Ethiopian airline seat number, the fact that she flew economy, transited in Addis Ababa and all the way back to China. The question now still holds, was she really deported or not? And the question now also holds that, why did we choose deportation instead of dealing with her as a criminal? Exactly. So people have attacked the very Criminal and Offences Act, where if she was taken to court, on what discretion did the judge, decide? So the question is, they've been trying to take the discretionary power out of what you should met out to somebody who's been caught doing and calamity. So three things. Was she really deported? And if she was deported, why did we choose deportation instead of, arresting and prosecuting and jailing?
Well, if they claim she was deported, I wouldn't be able to refute that, because we don't know. But the issue with not continuing the case is not the fault of the court. The Attorney General is a state attorney. He is supposed to prosecute cases on behalf of the state. He withdrew the case. He discontinued the case, not the court. So if you discontinue the case, the court cannot insist that they would proceed with hearing it and making judgment. So the Attorney General, and by extension government, because we had the senior minister at the time, made an opinion on why they did that. That is why I was saying that it leaves much to be desired why they chose deportation instead of criminally trying Aisha. So all these things give credence to public perception that Aisha Wan is not just an ordinary Chinese woman roaming about and doing galamsey as people are thinking. Because why does our government feel that by, incarcerating one Chinese criminal, because I'm told there are 2 Chinese in our jails. 2 of them, I think it was a case in Tema when they killed one of their compatriots and they were jailed. Why is it that their arrest is not consequential? Why is the Senior Hydro deal not under question because those other 2 Chinese were arrested? But if Aisha Wang is arrested, prosecuted, and probably jailed, there will be consequences for our country. Why should that be the case?
That's the question for me, and I want to ask you if you think it gives credence to some of the allegations that have come out that even our very own politicians, because I was listening to one sister station, there was an interview with this man, I've forgotten his name, if I remember, I'll say it. And before he left, the last thing he said was that, tell our politicians to stop involving themselves in illegal mining. And this is a very respected man in this country. So do you think it gives credence to some of these allegations made by a section of the public that perhaps because our politicians are involved in this, they are unable to pursue people like, persecute people like Aisha Wang? And I'm looking at the rippling effect of this, looking at the economy, looking at where we are now, looking at how people feel about this country. The president has admitted also that we are in a hard time. We are in hard times. So, rippling effects. Do you think that comments like what Osafo Mafu said years ago gives credence to the fact that these politicians are involved in this? They can persecute this woman, and gradually they are killing the trust of the people.
If that were the case, the
Maybe
Chinese...
Angela can take that first.
Okay, so I think I was having this discussion with a friend yesterday. My point, what that I'm trying to say is as to whether Ghanaians are involved or Galamsey is illegal or what have you. I think the question here is, as a country, what are we putting in place, or what should we put in place for foreigners to understand that there are some activities that they cannot take up in this country? Before we apportion blames, we should rather than apportion blame, we should rather focus or channel our interest to bring in a permanent solution to mitigate this issue. Because myself, I know that when I travel to somewhere, another country, I'm to comport myself in such a way that, because I know that my mom is not there, my dad is not there, no one is there to save me when I find myself in trouble, and I'll be dealt with. And there are so many things that they do in their country that fetch them money. But myself, I can't involve me. When I go there, I can't involve myself. The reason being is that is not that is not my home. So if I go there and I comport myself and I try as much as I can to stay out of trouble, then I think when they come here, regardless of what Ghanaians are into, they should not even have the thought of equally engaging themselves. That is not to say that I'm advocating for illegal mining in Ghana, but it's just we just need to do with it just to send a signal to the rest out there.
So we scapegoat her.
Yes,
but
the
I mean, so it is, Julius. You want to take a minute to look at the laws, because even today, even if she is taken to court and she's tried, the position of the law allows either a fine, either imprisonment, or both. So the law is structured in a way that we still have to, the country would have to depend on the judge's discretion. Do you understand? To look at the amount of crime or criminality in there to want to say that, well, looking at this, I think I'm going to choose maybe act this, which says that you can fine the person. Oh, yeah.
I mean, but even that is better than deportation. At least we see our laws working. Our law says that the judges have such discretions. So if they exercise, it is fully within the jurisdiction of the judge to do that. At least that is a test of the law working. But the situation where they deport, it shows that there are things we don't understand clearly. The issue of Aisha Wang and whether or not, what do you call it, it has international implications and all these things. One, when we placed our economic issues on the Russian-Ukraine war, the Russians issued a disclaimer that even prior to that, we had these and these and these challenges, and therefore it couldn't be blamed on them. When the Aisha Wang issue came, if it was a situation that it was because she has something on our politicians, Aisha as an individual has something on our politicians, and that is the reason why they are unable to prosecute her, that Chinese statement you have seen, in a very broad and general terms, would have stated categorically that they have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
That if they are politicians or have something, it would have been very clear on that. So that statement, which didn't even go to clear the air, that they have nothing to do with Aisha in particular, and state that our politicians should deal with their own issues as they would deal with an individual who has committed a crime in our country. It goes to give some credence to the suspicions, the rumors, and the perceptions that there are things behind, even beyond the fact that she may have nudes and all these things on our politicians. Because if it is just nudes on politicians and all, the Chinese embassy wouldn't care. The Chinese government wouldn't care. If it's our own politicians who are engaged in galamsey with her and she's part of a syndicate with them, the Chinese government wouldn't care. Absolutely. Because it's their own individual issues. But the way they seem to, I mean, if it's our politicians who say it will affect bilateral relationships with China, it's not even the Chinese who are saying it.
It is us.
Yes, it's us who are saying it. The way our people seem to be saying that, and their inaction seem to demonstrate the fact that there is some vested interest. Yeah. I think it goes beyond politicians being just in a syndicate with her and her having, you know, nudes on them. The suspicions that she is an agent. It goes beyond. Because sincerely, if you asked me, if I would easily forgive our politicians having nudes with a Chinese woman compared to the Chinese woman destroying our environment and all, I would say, Mr. President, if it is your nudes, let them release it. I'll defend you. Mr. President, let them release the nudes. I'll defend you and let's protect our country. I'll say, Honorable Minister, let them release the nudes. I mean, the Chinese don't they?
Their wives won't be happy with this anyway.
But anyway, still,
we're staying on
for the greater good.
We'll move to the SIM card re-registration shortly, but the quick one. Let's look at this conversation in a little broader perspective. It is Aisha 1 today, but you know, I really have never seen very natives of a particular mining community, you know, demonstrating against illegal mining. Have you seen one before?
Yes.
It's not very common.
Yeah, I mean, the times they do that is usually when multinationals are overly benefiting from the mining and they are not getting, you know, the royalties enough to compensate for the losses in the environments that they are suffering. So it happens once a while. But the challenge also is that usually when these Chinese come, I mean, there are places they've not gotten concession for. What happens is that a chief in the area or a family head or something gives the place to them, allows them to illegally mine, they get a cut, and then they are fined. So the indigenous are unable to protest if they are beneficiaries of these illegalities. That is the situation. And I can tell you, I mean, I was in China for a year. I have colleagues who translate for Chinese. A lot of them. When they tell you the testimonies of the activities that go on, you'll be surprised. So don't be surprised if you don't see the locals demonstrating. Some of them are part of the problem. Absolutely. They give the lands, they go, then they cover it up, and then that is it.
Because if Aisha 1 didn't feel at home in all of these mining areas, then, I mean, like what you have said, that if you traveled outside of the country, Angela, you would, you have that moral duty on you to want to do good. But morality and laws, not everybody can apply morality. It is when the laws are working.
Imagine I was holding a crack in China. I'll be jailed. What my government, what my government says wouldn't matter.
Yes. So with regards to what you, the question you initially asked, I think Ghanaians are not making noise about illegal mining because most of them, when you get closer to them, then you would understand them that one way or the other, it's their the only way they end their daily. Yes. So. Myself coming into contact with those people, some of them don't even go to school because when they go to the site, they get a day like 40 cedis, 50 cedis after working for let's say a period of 10 hours, and it do them a lot of good. So they abandon their schools, they tell their children, the meti for pan yanko, and they go and do this illegal mining. And I think they find that profitable over schooling. That is one side, and the other side is too, as government hasn't made much availability of jobs for these people to serve as alternative means. Okay, so you said we should stop illegal mining. Then what else?
Anyway, okay,
Mr. And lastly, before we go, I think I was reading this morning about how the president of the Small Scale Mining Association, made some strong allegations against the government, saying that some of these Chinese nationals who do the illegal mining have Jubilee House stickers on their. I don't know if you heard about it.
Oh, yeah.
And that they're supported by, and so it makes the fight against illegal mining difficult because
you can't fight your own self. Yeah.
It's a fact.
I mean, he's apologized. He said, he doesn't have
this is
evidence.
But did you watch the Joy News documentary?
Yeah.
Did you watch a Joy News documentary where a police task force got to an illegal mining area? And when they were, taking videos of the activities over there, questioning the people if they had concession and all that, one of the guys just did was got into a corner and then called another task force, which was a military task force protecting illegal miners. And when they got there, they seized the cameras of the journalists, asked them to leave the place, and they got even into physical fight with fellow security officers. If we are doing this in our own country, a situation where people illegally mining are protected by a section of the security, other sections of the security forces go there to enforce the law, and then we see our own security forces fighting themselves. What does the Chinese think of us? Then these people are not serious. All you need to do is plant seeds of division, and then you go through.
That's it.
And so long as we continue this thing, the fight against Galamsey is not working. And let's be honest with ourselves. Just as Otumfuo said, that those who are doing the illegal mining were sitting right in front of him. It is a fact that they are all part of it. Absolutely. The president knows the people doing Galamsey in this country. If he wants to crack the whip, he can do it right from the Jubilee House. He can direct you, stop. Party Hiansika and all these things are facts. There are people who have the backing of the ruling government to do these things. So if Aisha Wang and the others are involved, then don't be surprised. Our own government is involved. They are doing it. This issue about Aisha being protected by some forces and all, my only reservation is that, see, even if we are destroying our own self, it shouldn't be to the extent that we should allow foreigners to come and override us, to come and claim that because they have newts or whatever. If those things come, deal with them head on. Aisha shouldn't threaten anybody with the newts of anybody. That is my concern. It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen.
So have you, just to calm you down, have you registered your SIM card?
No.
Julius,
why not?
You see, the Stubborn Academy people.
I've not registered my SIM card.
Why not? Will you?
Because I cannot deal with the inconvenience of going to queue 24 hours just because a minister cannot realize that being minister is not about, giving directions based on whims and caprices. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to whims and caprices. I'm going to register the SIM card. You see that queue over there? There is no way I'm going to join it at the expense of my daily bread. I'm not going to do that. Because the minister is there, privileged above most of the ordinary Ghanaians, to ensure that life is a bit easy for us, not to make it worse. So she's not going to create this situation.
So have you had it truncated at any point?
Yes.
When was this?
Last 2 days. I couldn't make calls. And I'm like, what sort of behavior is this? When have we degraded to the point that one minister can decide to terrorize all of us in the country? This thing should not be allowed. And the president
said that it is backed by law.
It is not backed by law that they should be blocking my SIM card when they have created a situation where I'm unable to register it.
Let's go on the streets. We went on the streets to see if many Ghanaians also feel the way you're feeling. So let's show you how they feel. Let's see if you're alone.
I'm not. I'm very sure I'm not alone. Show us. I'm not alone.
Let's watch.
Julius just made my money. I did my registration earlier on. When it started earlier on, I did a registration. And then I think yesterday, my number was blocked. I tried to call every number, it wasn't going. I tried to MTN, the number, it wasn't going. So I came here this morning to re-register again. When I came here, when I asked, it said, we need to register, but our SIM has been blocked. We need to re-register. But the first registration didn't go through. And I was asking, if the first registration didn't go through, why would you send your message?
It says that it's successful. And then later on yesterday, I got a message that if I did not register it again, I did not do the full registration, I'll not be able to do it. And then since yesterday, I only received call. I cannot make a call with it. Even data this morning when I woke up, I tried owning my data, it is not coming. So that's my problem.
So the issue is I was in the house doing the process and they were not picking. Although they will deduct money from my account and they won't do it. So I've been trying several and I said, no, I have to come here.
and I came here since morning, around 8:30. I'm still here.
Me my registration pa my baby ya wahano. My baby all right. Omoka tell me say friend say message bi baba. Na message ne ba na che say no me so me adwadini. Sa message ya bebe o man tell me say ene na beba o cha na beba. Me wo no ma na me mobile card no me kodwa. Me mobile card nti minim say bia na me mia baabi ntina yes sir. Me be fie me ma me hwe ma me ya say MTN phone na block me line. Oh why?
They also lamented the slow pace of work and inadequate personnel at the various registration centers, as not more than 40 persons were registered as at 3 p.m. They further accused the personnel of being selective, as they have been there since morning, but others who came later had been registered.
Here, the network is slow. You people, we've registered, but they also block us. We are here, and we are waiting for others. And people just came, and they are doing it for it. Whilst we are sitting here, we came early in the morning and still here. What they are doing is not right, and they have to do something about it. I didn't find out, but I know they just came. I didn't find out, but I know they just came. I have to go to work. I came here very early, and I have to go to. I'm still here. I'm number 40. Around, I think it's 5:30, and I was here.
When I came here, they said I need to join the queue. The queue was very long. I came here around 6, and I got the number 92 up to now. I think they are now on the 40-something or so since morning. They're now on number 47. So I don't think they will be complete all this in there today.
Yeah, because we see it, you giant Jumafita and not Paumachia me by and drew me so ye. Since you're from Muguso 40 into 40, no, share me 115. It's in the band, and Chanmas are a baby. Why about Mamma Janity? To all shall be on your phone now.
Right. So, guys, welcome back. Obviously, Julius is not alone. He's still not alone. He's quite ranting here. Julius, so yes. You're not alone. But here, let's put some clarity to the table. So the NIA have come out to tell us the data, the number of persons that have registered. And so we're able to do the math and know that a lot of people have their Ghana cards, and yes, they haven't registered. Yeah. That's for the NIA. Then the NCA, have also said that if the communications minister has said that, listen, I've given you this time, this date, and all of that, it is quite a law. It is backed by law. Yeah. If she has come to, she can issue directives and all of that. Okay, why are you not in support of this?
Because the directives she has issued, as I said, is capricious, it's arbitrary.
What's the meaning of capricious?
Out of whims, without reason.
How do you even define another word, another vocabulary?
You know, you know, so arbitrary that it doesn't make any sense for a situation. I want
to stay with you. So I want to stay with him. So are you saying that the directive is capricious entirely, or it is the fact that they didn't do targeted directives?
I'm coming to that. The fact of the matter is, one, even if you want all of us to finish by September 30th, the considerations are how, available those who are rendering the services, MTN, Vodafone, and others, how many of us they would be able to accommodate within the time span. That's one consideration. Consideration number two is that the requirements you want people to have to be able to register that card, do all the people have that requirement? If my mother in the village doesn't have the Ghana card, and you expect her to register her SIM by 30th, and the minister, I'm saying this from all observation, is not working in tandem with National Identification Authority. They are not working, in synergy. And that is the problem. If they were working in synergy, they would have been able to tell each other that, see, we've not been able to issue Ghana card to community A, B, C, D. So for that matter, if you issue this directive in this way, it would not work. If they are not working in tandem, so she issues a directive, NIA is also doing whatever they like. So they do not even care about those who do not have the Ghana card yet. That is problem number two. Problem number three, people who you punish for not registering are not targeted at those who have the card and have not still registered. You just go and you block, people's SIMs. I have a lady friend, she's a nurse. She came to me yesterday and she was telling me that she registered in Agbozime. She's from Agbozime in the Volta region. She registered in Agbozime. She was supposed to get the Ghana card since last year. They directed her to the municipal assembly to go there and get the Ghana card. She went there. They said it's not with them, so she should come to NIA in Accra. She came to NIA, and then they referred her back to the Volta region. So she's supposed to be doing all these rounds while Esla also is blocking her SIMs. How about her businesses? How does she go about them? So you see, I was telling you that we have a minister who has decided that, see, discretion must be exercised with whims without regard to the conditions of people and all that. When we give privilege to people in society, the reason why we give those privileges is for them to be able to alleviate sufferings of other people, not to worsen them. Look at the complaints people are making. I'm supposed to work, then I leave the work and come and queue, because a minister cannot understand that even if you bring registration up, not everybody would be able to do that. Because if someone is not very familiar with IT, not all Ghanaians are very educated and IT savvy. The person would have to still rely on the services of MTN. So you'd have to accommodate those people. The time span must be reasonable. One other thing that is a problem for this registration process. A problem I shall want. A problem I shall want. I disagree. I think I want to land. Okay. A problem I think I shall want create. Yes, a problem I shall want created for us, and we can create more if we don't stop this. The SIM card registration. I can register 10 SIM cards. So do you know what the pressure on people is doing? The pressure on people is making them give their SIM cards to people who have the Ghana card to go and register for them. So if I have a Ghana card now, I could not register you in your name, in my name. Your SIM card will be registered in my name as Julius Kwame Anthony's SIM card.
If that's a crime.
Exactly. If we want to trace people, it's not only for crimes, so
for other things.
For a lot of other things. So how do you trace? The data becomes flawed. The reason for doing the whole registration becomes flawed. Angela, it means that the minister's motive for doing this whole registration thing goes beyond just the things we want, tracing people and all that. Why is she in a hurry? Why is she in a hurry? So if people begin to say that this whole registration thing is targeted at political advantage and all those things, we could begin to think it's true. Why is she in a hurry?
Angela, do you...
So I partly disagree with Anthony Julian, because I believe that our honorable minister, first, let me commend her, she's doing a great job. And second, she has given ample time. Let me take Anthony Kwame Julius here, for example. He has the Ghana card, but he has just decided not to.
Have you just decided, or is
I've not just decided. I stated several conditions which inhibit people from registering. Yes. Condition number one is the inconvenience of having to queue, while the minister herself wouldn't have to go through any of that.
But most on the University of Ghana campus, most of our vendors, that the mobile money vendors, are registering, partaking in this exercise to make sure that students register, connect their Ghana card to their SIM card.
Queues? Is this to say that they have empowered the mobile money vendors?
What's the name? It's outside, but not within the university of our various universities, because I know that some companies deliberately partnered with the air houses to get these processes. What's the name? To see to the speed up, to speed up these processes. So in the University of Ghana, for example, you would never see such a long queue. So I think outsiders should equally be informed that, rather than just yes, they should.
But they will use transport to the place.
How much is it? I think sometimes we would have to sacrifice as. We would have to sacrifice as a country.
You know, there's been a data collection that has said that there's some places that they haven't. That you don't have to. You see, when you go to Mangoasi somewhere, there's no telcos over there. They would have to come to the towns. And when you come and you queue, when you go, you don't start from where you ended the day. You have to go and start all over again. So there have been lots of frustrations.
I think the import of this, again, sorry, I'm not a guest here, but like Julius Anthony said, what is the hurry? Because there are genuine challenges we need to address. You said one, she said one, like the remote villages and all that. People do not get. How many people in those areas even know that, you know, I need to connect my SIM card? We're talking about the NCC not even doing enough education on this, you know, to reach these places. So, question I want to ask again, why are we in a hurry? What is the rush?
Could it be
a process?
In reaction to this, could it be that the minister feels that, as usual, in the human kingdom, people just like to do things the time that they want, and if we never put some measures in place, as human beings as well, we'll be very comfortable.
What is the extension? This minister, excuse me to say, this minister has always demonstrated a mentality that, you know, she sort of has some, should I say, I want to choose my words even very carefully. She thinks the country is for her.
No,
even when she was prior to elections, before her government even came to power for her to become minister. Her utterances claims that her 16-year-old could do better than people and all that. I'm surprised that her 16-year-old, which the ages would have made some 24 something by now, is not able to tell her that, Mom, what you are doing, putting people in queues and all that, is not right. This minister once told us that they have taken their country back. So all her actions, all her demonstrations are that of a person who feels that I've taken my country back and I'm in charge. And that is not the way to rule. This is a democracy. You're supposed to exercise discretionary powers with administrative justice. This is a democracy, not a dictatorship. She should behave well. It's as simple as that.
Angela disagrees.
I think we as a country, whatever that we do, we have timelines to every innovative ideas we bring on board, and I think that is what the honorable minister is trying to do. We are humans, and human relations, to give us 100 years, you still find a number of people who will still not go through these processes, and they'll tell you that more. Put everything in place. You still get a chunk of people who just decide that I wouldn't want to go through this process. So
even when the process does not favor them.
So Angela, if everything is put in place, at least people still not register, then you know that at least you provided everything. You made a conducive environment for them to register. They decide not to register. So when they are complaining about their SIM cards being blocked, it's okay. But when this process is fraught with challenges, genuine challenges, then what is the rush? Wouldn't you want to cross your T's and dot your I's before you decide to block people, given the economy we're living in now? Like he said, I should leave this work to go and stand at MTN to go and register my SIM card when this is how I eat. And it's probably challenges. For instance, last week, my SIM card was going to, I have registered, but then I couldn't make calls for like 2 hours. I was in this office. I was complaining to them like, what's happening? So I actually thought I had not registered. So I wanted to go there. Later on, I realized that I had actually registered. So there are genuine challenges. NCA is saying that we should blame the telcos and not them.
Okay.
I mean,
as I stated earlier, we are not disputing the fact that there are challenges, but what we should look at a country is, I think the honorable minister should, as she has extended the time, extend it a bit further, and rather than just using the media to advocate to people to go out, and they should rather deploy or render the service of the university students, then train them for them to go to these rural areas.
So more hands.
Please come
like we did with the census. I was thinking about like we did with the census. So we actually have people go to homes. We go into homes and register.
When it's election time, we have all the yes, we take that. We deploy people to almost every remote area in Ghana. There are reps almost everywhere. We have, I mean, because of politics and the availability of political parties, we have people come and represent people, guarantee for people, and do all those things for people to get registered. Why is the same energy not being put in a measure that will ensure that we are able to trace every citizen in this country, our security is secured, revenue mobilization works, and all these things? Why is the same measure not being put into it?
You know, so you may have heard that A+ is sued the NCA.
Yeah.
And which other body?
A few other people.
Let me see. The Attorney General as well for blocking their SIM card. But given the opportunity, which one of these institutions will you sue? Is it the NCA, the telcos, or take the state on?
I think that it's a combined effect of their actions.
But you have a contract with the telcos, not the NCA.
Yes, I have a contract with the telcos, but the activities of the other parties are causing me to do that. They gave the directive for my SIMs to be blocked. So the court should be able to say something about whether or not they have the power to be giving those directives. And it is in the right direction that I sue them as well for giving those directives. It's not only the person who acts, the person who causes the person to act should also be questioned. So that suit is in the right place, and I like the fact that issues of administrative discretion and all those things are well embedded in the suit. The minister should be able to realize that discretion is not about acting like a dictator. The minister should be able to realize that.
I want your comment on what the Honorable George Jata has said that if the minister refuses to listen, then also minority in parliament will not pay attention to her budget, her request for budget. Is this intentional? Is this needed? I mean, should that be the route to put the minister in a certain type of check?
For me, I think he went extreme with his comments. Yes, because the the primary motive of all this registration is to contribute to the safety of this nation, because we've had incidents of people being defrauded and what have you.
Okay.
At the long run, you report and they just tell you that, well, what can we do? So in order to mitigate some of these problems, I think that's what called for the registration and what have you. So if his colleague, let me put it that way, if the honorable minister is doing something, and as a member of parliament, I think
he's a member of the communications, committee in parliament.
The more reason why he should understand, and he should come to the rather than I don't know, for the lack of better word, rather than ranting or saying things, he should rather channel his energy to find an alternative solution to the problem at hand. Because I feel like I know.
It's okay. We have to move on from
yes, I know, but yes, I want to just 30 seconds. I don't think the Honorable Samnati George is ranting when he talks about the registration issues. I mean, he speaks the minds of majority of Ghanaians. That's point number one. And point number two, as to if, using the budget is going overboard. It is not. The power of parliamentary oversight has been vested in the various committees. And one of the ways to exercise that oversight is the budget. If you lose the power of the budget, how do you check the minister? So the power of the budget is a means of checking the minister. So if you will not behave well in the interest of Ghanaians, then this parliament will not give you money to go and be doing what you like. Until you want to do what...
Do you like royalty?
Extremely.
All right. So
Extremely.
Queen Elizabeth II goes home. How do you feel about it?
It's very sad. I mean...
Is it sad? She's 96.
Yes, she's 96, but a situation became where our identity, how we identify with royalty, especially when it comes to the British monarchy, has been limited to the Queen. All our lives, she's the one we knew. So it's very, surprising when there's a sudden change in that. So that is why it's very sad to realize that the Queen is dead.
But at every given time, there's the sovereignty.
Well, yes.
How do you feel about the president ordering that we fly our flags half-mast? But mind you, the royal flag did not fly any mast at all, not even the quarter-mast.
Yes, the monarch is sovereign and supreme of us.
Over us? That's your
no,
flag.
not over us.
But that's the president of Ghana.
Yes.
He ordered that our flag.
Yes. You were saying that the royal flag itself.
So if the royal flag itself is not flying any mast, why are we flying ours?
But the national flag, the flag of the United Kingdom flies half mast.
So if we fly half mast, what does that mean to us?
Well, it means that we are showing solidarity to a country that we have close relationships with for a very long time. I understand that there are reservations, there have been mixed reactions. People feel that we shouldn't pay any homage to colonizers, we shouldn't pay any homage to slavers and all that. But I think some of these reactions have been overly stretched, beyond reasonableness. I think that the way people look at the Queen and make it seem as if the Queen Elizabeth II was the one who ordered the raiding of Africa, the looting of our resources and the slaving of people is false. Because we can analyze this to as far back as the Bond of 1844.
Hey!
When
Bond of 1844, we'll do a part 2 of this conversation. My time is up. What went into the Bond of 1844?
No, not into it. I would summarize it very quickly to dispute, the perception that this Queen is responsible for our doom. The Bond in 1844 only signed coastal states, Fanti, parts of Anglon, and others. Ashanti was not conquered, and Ashanti by then included Bono and parts of the countries that stretch even into Cote d'Ivoire. The North was a protectorate. So the British, as of the time, they took proper control of Ghana. And I don't mean the name, I mean the geographical area, the entire lands that form Ghana today, was in the 1900s. And between that to 1952, where we got internal self-government, 54, where we got internal self-government and all that, it's about some 50 years plus. So if we blame all our woes on these people, when we ourselves had over 60 years to correct all those things, should we be blaming them or blaming us? So I think that sort of blaming is something that we should really reconsider in this moment.
Back to 1844. Thank you, but quickly, Angela, quickly, final words.
Yes, so my take with when I just the very day the news we got the news, the only thing I was looking I saw was comments here and there, and I was like, well, what is happening? I didn't know that so many people still have the hate in them, but I believe as a nation, as a continent, as Anthony Julius said, we've had the chance. We've had 60 years, others 50 years, others 40 years to correct this mistake. So rather, instead of blaming our colonizers who have one way or the other, I know their actions really affected us negatively, but giving us our time to, we are not making things better. So my little advice to each and every one of us is we should rather look at the future and contribute our quota as much as we can individually to build this nation rather than just falling on.
Thank you. I know Julius wants to beat me because he has a lot to say. But Julius, you know what? Tweet it or put it on your post about all your feminism and all of that because my time is fast. Right. Okay. All right. I'm quite curious. I'd like to read it. So please put it up on your social media walls. All right. Guys, that's quite an intense one this morning. But Godwin had a conversation. Godwin, unfortunately, we are unable to bring that conversation with Dr. Lawrence Tete. But the conversation you had with these amazing Reverend sisters and their 75 years anniversary is what we're bringing in. Godwin enjoyed it. I bet you would also enjoy it, so do stay.
And welcome back to the AM Club on MX24 TV. It's time for Motivation Monday. My name is Godwin Number. Once again, I am super excited about this particular conversation we're about to have. I feel privileged, and I'm not going to talk too much. I'm going to go straight into it. I have three amazing, beautiful sisters from the Severum, I want to say it well, Severum Espiritu Sancti, that is SSPS. In English, it means Servants of the Holy Spirit. They have been in Ghana for a long time, ladies and gentlemen. And let me quickly read this for you. Now, led by the Holy Spirit over the years and filled with passion for mission, the SSPS, or Servants of the Holy Spirit, established and administered schools including St. Mary's Schools in Kolegono, St. Agatha Girls School, Akim Swedro, Christ the King School in Cantonment, St. Teresa School in Kaneshi, Bishop Bauer School, Latebiokoshi, St. Bernadette School, Dansoman, Madonna School in Kufuridua, Holy Spirit School, Fiapre, Sunyani, School of the Holy Spirit in Kukum, in the Gosu Diocese, and Holy Trinity School in Sunyani. With the same missionary zeal, the Servants of the Holy Spirit, or SSPS, also ventured into health ministry and established the Joseph's Clinic at Kweut Tafo, Holy Family Hospital in Nkoko, and the Holy Spirit Health Center at Kwesi Fante in the Afram Plains. I understand they also established Holy Child High School, which I like so much. I must say. Oh, Holy Child, I stand to be corrected, but let me introduce you first and then we do that correction. I have Sister Claudette. Sister Claudette, and I have Sister Vilma and Sister Adeline. Ladies, thank you and welcome.
Thank you.
I'm super excited to know you. So I asked Sister Claudette earlier how old she was, and I was amazed. But you're celebrating 75 years in Ghana, I believe. It's the 75th anniversary. First of all, Sister Vilma, I was asking you if you speak any local language because you've been here since 1984?
Yes.
Wow, that was 5 years before I was born. So like you said, you're more Ghanaian than I am.
Physically.
Where do you come from?
I come from the Philippines.
Philippines. Yeah. What was it like for you the first time you touched base in Ghana?
It was great. I was excited to be missioned to an African country. And I feel very happy. And until now, I'm happy.
Wow.
I feel like not going home to my country when I want to retire.
So you stay here with us?
Hopefully.
This is home.
Hopefully,
it's become home for you.
Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, Sister Adeline, I'll ask you shortly, but Sister Claudette.
Yes.
You've been here long, very long. Do you know any word in any of our local languages? Chi or ga? You know how to say thank you?
Not enough to mention, exactly.
Say again?
Not enough to mention. I had short evening courses for a couple months, but then I was sent over to secondary school where people get punished for using the language. That's going to punish me, but anyway, they don't use it because of that. So I never really got into really knowing it well.
So much, but I'll say Akwaba. In Chi, Akwaba is welcome.
Yes,
so
I know
welcome
that.
to the studio. Okay, now let's talk about the SSPS, and I'll perhaps begin with Sister Adeline. Tell us about the Severum. Did I say it well?
Severum. Spiritus Sancti.
The Spiritus Sanctus, Servants of the Holy Spirit.
Servants of the Holy Spirit.
Please tell us about.
So we are a mission congregation, started in Staal, Netherlands, by Saint Arno Jansen. And Saint Arno Jansen started 3 congregations. The first one is the Divine Word Missionaries, that's the SVDs. They are priests and brothers. Then later on, he founded the SSPS. And the SSPS are women congregation. Then after some years, he founded the Pink Sisters, that is the SSPS AP. They are cloistered. They are not outgoing like us. They are always inside praying for the world. So they are cloistered sisters, but we are the missionary, the active ones who are outside working in various institutions, working as doctors, teachers, nurses, pharmacists, journalists, and all sorts of work. So we say Pink Sisters, you see me in blue. We are also the Blue Sisters. Wow, so we have the blue and then we have the white.
Okay.
Yes, so that's why they are in pink. But we are identified by the colors of our habits also. So
that's interesting. Habits. I'm going to learn a lot today. So what's the difference between the blue you're wearing and the white they're wearing? Is it the same thing?
It's the same, but usually the white is worn on official days.
Okay.
On Sundays, you are supposed to be in white. In important gatherings, feast days, we are in white. But the blue can be worn every day, any other day. It's the blue, or maybe our working dresses. It's kind of a working dress. But when you take the nurses also, you are supposed to be in white even at work.
Okay. Let me come to Sister Claudette. Now, 75th anniversary, 75 years, that's older than Ghana itself. So you definitely met Gold Coast before it became Ghana. I want to understand, what was the missionary work like? Because I remember when I was in high school, which was just 15 years ago, we had missionaries come in from the US, from different parts of the world to preach the gospel. And I'm thinking, if you ladies arrived here, or Sister Claudette, for instance, you came here long ago, Gold Coast period, before Ghana. What was the missionary work like then compared to now?
Well, I came in 69.
69?
69, yeah. And, well, I wasn't new because we started in 42. And it was nice here, actually, but they'd already been through in Kuma. And,
oh, they had already been through, yeah, by that time, Kuma was not.
Yes. And they were beginning in another group. They'd had some troubles even before. It wasn't so easy, naturally. You're a whole new group of people you're coming to deal with. You're trying to understand them, and they're trying to understand you. But they've always been nice people. That's what I like about the Ghanaians. They are very nice people. So, naturally, when they first came, they had to start everything new. They got some land in Accra, but it didn't take very long, and the next year they were already in Koforidua, starting a smaller school and going on. So then the health care, that was maybe sometimes a little bit different because most of the children who were going to school in those days really wanted to go to school. But the health care, at first some of the people didn't understand, especially in villages, they preferred the the old
traditional means of
yeah.
medicine.
But it didn't take long. So it was the same, but it was different. And there were some difficult times, some very difficult times along the way. And we've been through some more now here too.
I'm guessing, having come from, Sister Claudia, where did you come from?
United States.
United States.
Yes.
So I'm guessing, arriving in Ghana, one of the things that welcomed you were the mosquitoes, right?
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm a funny person. Mosquitoes don't like me. So, I've been spared most malaria problems.
Wow, that's
I'm
amazing.
very lucky that way. Yeah.
Mr. Vilma, did you have health challenges?
Not really. The first 2 days I was okay. I got my jab, and then I had fever. After that, I was okay until now. Every now and then, I don't get really malaria, so that's why I like it so much here.
Okay, so Sister Claudia said something about the people then and how we used to think, especially with healthcare. For school, they were very interested, they wanted to go to school, but they were stuck in their old ways of traditional medicine and all that. What are some of the challenges that you experienced having come here?
Actually, the challenges I met were not really that, I wouldn't consider them as challenges. Speaking the language, I like to speak the language, and I get frustrated when I don't understand, but learning kakra, small, it was interesting for me to do. And what are they?
Were the Ghanaians hospitable?
Very. They are more than the Filipinos.
Really?
Yes. And I like it so much. I like one thing that you know, when they get something like a gift today, the next morning they will come and say thank you.
Wow.
That is something that really struck me, and I don't find it anymore these days.
Things are changing.
Yeah.
Technology.
That is one of the challenges that I consider really something, and not a good development, because we have lost. The Ghanaians have lost their sense of being grateful.
Yeah.
With every little thing that they get, they will always say thank you.
Interesting.
Yes.
So now I'm curious to know, I'll ask you what, as religious missionaries, you're doing about something like that. When you go about your missions, is this something you talk about? But let me ask Sister Adeline, what exactly you do as a religious missionary?
Generally.
Yes, generally, what do you do?
Yes.
Apart from the schools, because we know you've established schools and hospitals, what do you do on a day-to-day basis?
For me, I would say that we will classify it in three classification. That is our life, the spiritual life, spirituality. We have community life, and then the mission. So when you take religious, spirituality is very, very important. Spiritual life, we start with prayer, community prayer. Pray for ourselves, pray for the world. We listen to the news, we read newspapers to know what is happening in the world, and then we include that in our prayer. And community life, we live community. Looking at us, we are from different places, intercultural, international. So by living with different people from different backgrounds, also showing to the world that we can live together no matter where you come from, we can be one people. And that is also our witnessing. Then when we come to the missions, that is from the prayer, the community, now we bring it out to our apostolates. And as we have already mentioned, in the schools and wherever we work. So we try to be dedicated, more dedicated. For instance, if you are a teacher and you are teaching in the classroom, you don't think of the money you receive, but your attention is on the child, how to help the child to develop and to grow in all aspects. In the hospitals, the same. Sometimes when our sisters go to the hospitals, they come back and share. Everyone will be called, sister. But maybe the other nurses might not have so much, not all, but some of them. You realize that the sister is always ready to do extra. You know, if others are reclining from other things, the sister will think about the good of the one you have been missioned to work. So generally, that is what we do. And then we really witness with our life. Though we are human beings just like those outside, people think we are different, but we also come from the society. We have been brought up the way they are also brought up. But with our way of life and what we learn in our formation, we try to live extra by our spirituality. And we as servants of the Holy Spirit, we depend on the strength of the Holy Spirit, on the triune God, to help us in our mission. Yes.
Very interesting. Sister Vilma, we just mentioned something. I'm wondering, after 75 years, we have schools, we have hospitals, we have your lives, like she said. She's categorized them for us. Are there new areas the SSPS is looking to adopt in your ministry in Ghana?
Yes, quite a number of them.
Okay.
Particularly, we are more into justice, peace, and integrity of creation. That is JPIC. And that goes into different ways. The justice areas, the peace areas, we go into that. Formerly, this was not so much emphasized or focused on before, but that is the call of the times now. We want to be relevant, so we go into that. We go into ministry with human trafficking. For example, the causes and the reasons why there is a lot of migration from from all parts of the world, and in Ghana, for example, coming from the north, and we are venturing into ministering to porter girls, and that is where we are. One of our sisters is actively involved in positive action for porter girls in Medina, Accra. Okay. Yes. And another one is to go into responding to the call of our Pope for Laudato Si, that we take care of our environment, and we go into that. Now we have a community in Kwahotafo. They go into organic farming.
Nice.
Yes, organic farming, yeah. Caring for raising chickens and having eggs and fish, all for organic. Yes.
I see you're trying to remember a few more. Do you remember? I started going to help.
Yes.
To add to that, something very new that we are trying to, that is also looking at people living with disabilities. So already we have started training those information, the young ones, with the sign language. The sign language, mostly when they even come to the hospitals, how to communicate with them, in the churches, in apostolates, so that they will also feel included. So we have just started something like that. They have gone through one phase already, learning the sign language. Maybe slowly the sisters will also go into it, so that we'll be able to include those people. And even when we talk about the schools also, formerly it was, let's say, from KG, but we are also looking at the crèche, the little ones, because formation should start from the little ones, what we can inculcate in them, so that the society will have good people to also help in the growth of the country.
That's very interesting to know. And I want to again ask, I mean, we talked about this earlier, a bit of it earlier, but I'm looking at all the schools that you've established. St. Bernadette's School in Dansoman, where my nephew, who is now in university, attended. I look at St. Teresa's School, which my good friend Antoine Mensah attended, and a couple of friends also attended. These schools have raised very fine young men and women all over the country, doing amazingly well. But if we don't know, could you help us understand what your achievement, most of your achievements have been in the last 75 years in Ghana, beyond the schools that you've established and the hospitals? Could you, for the ones that we don't know about, could you please help us understand it?
Well, yes, right almost in the beginning, one of the first sisters worked with the lepers until she died in 1985. I've been working in prisons and sometime in the 1980s, and other sisters have also taken up some apostolate like that, something they could do. Maybe it didn't always last too long. We had a sister who did not work in Kolibu, but for most of the time here, she visited every day, and she really had Kolibu at heart. So we've done a number of those things. But that's not the kind of thing usually that shows up much.
Absolutely.
Because it's where somebody was in need and we tried to help them.
That's really amazing. And please help me understand how a person can decide to commit their lives to such, social issues, taking care of people. I mean, what was the inspiration for you? I know you're a servant of the Holy Spirit, but at what point in your life, what exactly made you decide that I'm going to dedicate the rest of my life to humanity, to doing this? I don't know if you get what I'm trying to ask.
I think I know.
And what keeps you going every single day saying that this is where I want to be, this is what I want to do? There's so many challenges, I believe, but you still keep on going. You keep going.
That is what we call the call or our vocation. Not everybody may be called. They wouldn't have that tug in their heart that they are called. But for those of us who are in, our call is such that we want to respond to the love of God that we receive and let that love of God be felt by others also. So during our formation, that goes into it, our prayer life, our community life. And then within that period, our desire to be more relevant, responding to the call of the times. These days, that is so much what we are doing. And that's what keeps us on, to respond to the present challenges.
Let me ask this, Claudette, what keeps you going all these years? What has kept you going all these years? And not go back home and say, I'm tired.
Well, no, I find the people very interesting. And I think the reason I chose a mission is that I just found it more interesting than sitting home and teaching all the children in our hometown or something. But I like the people, and you get to know them. And I've taught in a girls' school, and I taught at Aquinas and Accra, and I enjoyed those boys very much. So you get a feeling of belonging, I think.
That's amazing. That's beautiful. Now let me ask what activities we should be looking out for as you celebrate 75 years, Sister Adeline?
The activities, Actually, the 75 years was last year, 1946, when we calculate. But due to COVID and other challenges, we started the planning a bit late. So we had a launching last year, December, and then this year we are climaxing it. So for now, the activities that are left, 23rd of this month, we are going to have candlelight procession with prayer procession from Martyrs of Uganda, Mamprobi. And then we'll end at St. Mary's Convent. That is where the SHS is, St. Mary's SHS, on 23rd, yes.
So you proceed from Martyrs of Uganda
to
St. Mary's.
With prayer procession to the place. Then the following day, 24th, we have a Derba and fundraising on the 24th. That will start in the morning already, 10 o'clock. We'll have the Derba fundraising. We have produced some souvenirs that we'll be selling and also asking people to help us because we have a project, anniversary project. We want to build a school at Afram Plains so that we can have something to also help the people at Afram Plains. And on the 2nd of December, which is Farmers' Day, we will climax it with a Thanksgiving Mass at Christ the King Church cantonments. So that is what we are looking for.
You're doing, and if anybody wants to help contribute, like you said, support with funds, how do they go about it?
Yes, if someone wants to help, yes, we have our merchant number. That's maybe I'll...
Yeah, please go ahead and share it with us.
Yes,
we'll definitely want to support.
So that we need a lot of support
as well
to help others also. So the merchant's number is 059-7426-131. Then the ID is 395356. That is it. And then you can also contact us, maybe 050-941-6085. So this one is the vocation directress, those who want to be part of us, but it's also one of the numbers that you can contact.
Do you welcome volunteers, people who may not necessarily be a part of the mission?
Everyone is welcome because we are helping the world,
Community.
let me say, Ghanaians and everyone in the world. So whether you are Catholic or not, you are welcome to help us because we will be happy to have more help.
And finally, perhaps, what will be your message to your old students and all the beneficiaries of your schools and hospitals? What would you like to tell them? Sister Claudette, you first.
I think I would like to say that many of them have learned a lot of things from being in our school, from observing in our hospitals, and that as they go on, they also should like to give something back to their people that they know, to their country, and not just sit around and sort of just live. They should be thinking of other people and of the whole country.
Wonderful. Any message to the young people, to Ghana's youth today?
Yes, for me, I would like to encourage the young people to go back to the basics, you know, moral responsibility and being a values person, to look at the values of the things that they are meeting, especially with the information technology. The information highway is such that there is somehow no end. So they must try to be more careful, you know, in the use of technology, because it will be our downfall. Yes, it is good, but they have to be careful in using information.
Sadling, your last words.
Yes, to the young ones, also the youth, I would say they should make patience, humility, and hard work their motto, and they'll be fulfilled in life. Because these days we realize that people want everything fast, but they should be patient. And to our Catholic youth also, we say that the harvest is rich, but the laborers are few. These days, everyone wants money, materialism. The Lord is ready to use them no matter who they are. If they have the desire, the Lord is ready to use them. They can also come and then be part of us to do God's work. Thank you.
May the Holy Trinity God live in our hearts and in the hearts of all people.
Amen.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sister Claudette, Sister Vilma, Sister Adeline. It was such a pleasure talking to you. And we wish you all the best. And in the celebration of the 75th anniversary, I'm sure we'll come back here and celebrate the 76, 77, 78, and on and on and on. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
And that's it for Motivation Monday this morning. I hope you enjoyed this conversation. I totally did. Moving on, we have Monday. What do we have? We have something for you. Let's stay tuned.
Use plenty of herbs and spices. There is a variety of herbs and spices at our disposal these days, more so than ever. They not only provide flavor, but also may offer several health benefits as well. For example, ginger and turmeric both have potent anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects, which may help improve your overall health. Due to their powerful potential health benefits, you should aim to include a wide variety of herbs and spices in your diet.
He is my shepherd, and I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the waters. The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the waters. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for His name's sake. And yet, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and I will fear no evil. You are with me. Thy rod and staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, it overflows. And surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all of my days. I will dwell in the house of God. Oh, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all of my days. I will dwell in the house of God forever. Forever, forever, I will dwell in the house of God. Oh, forever, 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 I will dwell in the house of God. Oh, forever, forever, oh, forever, I will dwell in the house of God. 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 I will dwell in the house of God.
Now, if you're like me who didn't go to church yesterday, you know you're not dwelling in the house of the Lord forever. But guys, welcome back to the AM Club on MX24 TV. I'm super excited. Such a silky voice.
Yeah, the house of the Lord must be a jam in a nice place. Such a gentleman, you know, wanting to dwell in the house of the Lord. Niab, it's good to see you in person.
Good to see you. Thank
Good
you.
to have you in our studio as well. Good morning, and thank you for really joining us.
Thank you so much.
You got the memo, all black.
Yeah.
You, Bob.
This morning.
You, Bob.
Charlie, how's it going?
Thank you. I'm fine. Everything is good.
Well?
Yeah,
You were
by
in church
God's grace.
yesterday?
Yes, I was.
Charlie, nothing but
Go to church. Well, is it me? But I thought I know something happens with your hair.
Yeah. I used to have locks.
Oh.
Yeah.
So why did you cut it?
Wait, it's down or you put it in the...
It's gone. It's just gone.
Can we see this?
No.
Oh,
no. It's just...
Yeah, that's so cool.
Wow.
I know the new hairstyle to do now. I have to go and dye
He's so funky with the Lord. Yeah. It's so nice.
Yeah,
anyway.
you have to just feel free, you know. In this part of the world, we have as all box stuff. And I think we're getting into a season where we need to just, you know, switch it up. And because otherwise we'll lose the youth.
Why did you cut the hair?
The hair is very difficult to maintain.
Oh,
The maintenance culture is crazy.
So
That's
true.
it. So it wasn't like anybody was.
No.
Okay.
Amazing. How long have you been doing this?
You mean music?
Singing, yeah.
So officially on my own, like 3 years.
Okay.
But I've been singing, doing backup vocals for Joe Metal for about over a decade.
Wow.
About 12 years now.
Decade. Wow. I know that I've seen him, when there's a choir, something, when Joe Metal has got a program happening or there's a video, you hear a certain voice that you want to check out. And then I went to check on his Instagram page and I said, okay, now I can put a face to the voice.
Right.
But I didn't know you've been doing this for a decade. Wow.
Yeah,
Why did you choose to do it for a decade before, wanting to go solo?
To start with, I didn't even know that this was something that I was supposed to do. Music just came to me, naturally. It was one pastor called Joseph JB, who I was in church with at Covenant Family Community Church in Cantonment. So he was like, they were randomly recruiting singers in the choir. And he just called me. I didn't know I could sing, to be honest. And so I came and I sang. They were like, you're supposed to be here. And I'm like, oh, well, I didn't know I could sing. So that was when the journey began, and I was just doing background vocals for Impact Project Ministry. Also really helped me to groom the gift and everything. Joe Metal also really helped, and singing with him till now, I still sing with him. And so it was just 3 years ago that I had a word of prophecy that, hey, you're actually supposed to be singing, and you have songs that you should release and stuff like that. So what we just sang was a song I wrote called Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd,
Very, very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know, though.
Sure.
There's there's the person who, you know that you can sing. So when somebody comes to you and says, oh, you can sing, join the choir, and then there's the one like me that, Charlie, that the voice is not good. But then somebody still sees you and says, oh,
they believe that.
Look, come, I can train you. And then, which one was you? Did you know you could sing?
So like I said, I didn't know at all. But
you had a nice voice, but
my mates in school say sometimes I'll be humming and stuff, but it wasn't conscious.
Okay.
But when I see people singing, I'm like, oh, I just like to be in their company. Like in school, these rappers would go and do demos. I don't know if you're familiar with secondary school. So I'll go like, oh, I just want to go, but I couldn't really. I didn't know that there was something inside. So yeah, I didn't know, to be honest.
But after, the prophecies and after this person unearthing this talent in you, why did you choose to walk and stay with God? And how has your walk with God been?
Yeah, it's been, I won't say it's been smooth. There's been a lot of bumpy roads. Even now, as I'm speaking to you, I'm still trying to figure this thing out. It's like, what do we do? So, but by God's grace, through prayer and through, sometimes I go back to listen to the prophecies from different people. And then I'm like, okay, this is what God wants me to do. So regardless of the obstacles and some of the challenges, let me still go ahead. And people like Accommodesty help and they encourage, to keep going. So
what's that one thing that hit you so much that you said, well, God, I've been doing this for you. It wasn't my plan. I was coerced into this, but I accepted and I'm doing this for you. And yet you're not being nice to me. What's that one thing that happened to you that you almost wanted to change your mind?
I'm like, I have personal desires, and it's like God is not paying attention to those. And it's like He's blocked them and saying, if you don't listen to me or do this, I'm going to frustrate you, tell you. So that it happens to me all the time. Sometimes there's something I want to do so bad, and I'm seeing that thing is. But when I pay attention to the music and try and do, for me, it's not entertainment, to be honest, because it's so difficult and expensive. I'll put my money in business and, invest and let it try. But this, you don't really expect a return on investment because it's about people. And so you're investing in people, telling them about Jesus. You don't expect to get, money. So if you don't take care, you will be frustrated. You'll be down. So you need to really keep your focus and say, okay, God wants me to do this for His own glory, so let me just obey. So that's what it is. It's very difficult and expensive, really, really expensive. But there's glory in it, and we look forward to eternity where we'll have our crowns and rewards. So that's what keeps me going, to be honest.
Okay.
And seeing people refreshed and lives changed.
So if you're not singing, what are you doing? And if you didn't accept this call, what would you be doing?
So I'm also a project manager, and I do consulting. Online consulting with, I'm a supply chain specialist. So I get like side jobs from LinkedIn and stuff like that to consult.
That sounds
So
cool.
Me, I hear the church girls worry that singers a lot. Is it true?
I'll leave it for my keyboard.
Being the fine boy you are.
It is the way he burst out into laughter. Why should we give you the microphone?
If he the girls they worry, me I did my corner.
You sure? Are you going to do the main singing? So
oh, you know, to be honest, singers are really under attack, and actually musicians in general, because this is a prestigious place that the devil used to occupy. And once you're a worshiper, God exposes you to a part of him. He reveals you to a part of him that not everyone has access to. And when that happens, you know, it comes with some glory and all of that. And people, usually ladies like to, when you read Songs of Solomon, it says that because of that oil, the virgins love thee.
Yeah.
You know, so the anointing attracts and the gift attracts. So there's that part of it, but we always pray for grace and trust God to.
Are you able to survive?
Oh, through fastings, prayer, you know.
New fastings and prayer.
Charlie, if you
What's
serious.
the greatest temptation you have had to use prayer?
Even today we are fasting. So.
Charlie, it's only what, 9:50?
No, we are going all the way to 6 p.m., right?
No.
Yeah,
Wow, what are
6
we
p.m.
fasting about?
Oh, towards worship feast. We've been fasting.
right.
We're in like they are doing, the band and the singers are doing like a 10-day fast. I've been fasting since 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
So I'm in like some 23-day fast or something. Like
that.
Wow.
Fasting.
Somebody is supposed to do 3 days. Up to today. We are yet to see him start.
Oh, everyone in their grace, so
receive grace.
Everyone, I have
Receive grace.
I have grace.
Okay.
Anyways, let's talk about the worship in feast.
Worship feast.
Worship feast.
Yes.
Conference. Tell us about it.
So worship feast is a vision the Lord gave me last year, and it's been there, but you know, like I said, I've just been iffy and not really sure if this is a step I should take, because it's a huge step of faith for me, where you don't even have all the resources and you don't even know if you are capable or competent to do something like this, where people are coming to hear you and songs that you've written that you're not even sure that are they songs that you should put out there. But my pastor said something yesterday about 5 loaves and 2 fish, that when you bring it to God, that is when he gives you the grace to multiply it. And then there's surplus. So whatever you have, and I've seen it through the Bible, that every time people don't feel adequate, they don't feel sufficient, but when they rely, and God wants you to know that your sufficiency is in him. The moment you come to that place, that's where he gives you the strength and what it takes to do what you have to do. And it's all faith. You can't see it, because if you see it, then it's not faith. It means that you know you can do it. But as I'm standing here, I don't even know how this program is going to go, to be honest. So I'm always praying. I'm like, God, help me. I can't do it without you. So this happened last year, and it was great. It was an all-night. I had like a packed lineup artists who came to worship and pray and prophesy and so many things, and it was great. People turned up, even though it was an all-night, and went all the way from like 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. in the morning the next day. But this time around, it's not an all-night, and it's actually free. And I have some friends and ministers on the bill, and both the speakers, and then my father, Bishop Eric Kwapon. I honor him so much for allowing, for agreeing to be part of this. And then my boss, Joe Metal, is on as well. And it's going to be a very, very, very graceful and glorious occasion. So I want everyone listening and watching us right now to find their way to Revival Restoration Church inside Roman Ridge. It's an Assemblies of God church. Next week, Wednesday, on 21st September, 3 p.m.
Next week, Wednesday. Wow, we'll be in the 20s already. What's the theme? Did you have a theme?
The theme is the King's Chamber.
The King's
The King's Chamber. Last year was Times of Refreshing, but this year is the King's Chamber. And the King's Chamber is from Songs of Songs, verse 1, chapter 1, verse 4, when it talks about the king says that, come into my chamber. And Song of Songs is depicting the story of Christ and the church. So Christ is the groom, and he says that we are espoused as a church unto Christ, that we are his bride. And so anytime you hear the king, it's talking about Christ, and the beloved is the church. So he says that the king is calling us into his chamber. He said, let's run together. Let's come. The king is calling us into his chamber. And you know that in our normal earthly setting, when the king calls the bride or any damsel or any of the queens or whatever into his chamber, it means it's a place of intimacy.
Yeah.
And the king can tell whoever he's chosen to be with him in his chamber secrets of the kingdom.
Right.
And so that's what's going to happen on Worship Feast. God is going to reveal his mind to us through these amazing people. And
should we tell him? We think he's a pastor too.
He is.
Oh no! I'm just.
We just prophesy right now and then.
I just love God.
Right now.
I beg. That was a higher calling. I beg. I did a small corner.
Okay, so we've got Joe Metal, we've got
Kofi Kakari, we've got Efe Grace, we have Sisi Beidu, Luigi McLean.
All right.
We have Reverend Joe Kusi, and then Prophet Adam Julius Kujo. There are other ministers, but we can put all of them on the flyer.
How are you funding this if this is free?
God is providing, to be honest. It's just crazy. Yeah.
We all go to the King's Chamber and know what is telling
you feel me? Yeah, I think God is doing his own thing, and friends and family have been very supportive in this journey. So I'm just trusting God. It's been overwhelming so far. And
okay. All right, guys, before 21st, so it looks like 21st is quite a busy day, but I just want you to know that before I wrap up on this conversation, Class House Electronics, leading home appliances company in Ghana, they sell air conditioners, fridges, freezers, television lights, cylinders, rice cookers, toasters. Which one of these do I need? Microwave, food pro blenders, irons. What's the difference between a blender and a food pro blender?
I have no idea.
All right, so you should go. Kettles, fan burners, home theaters. What's a home theater?
Oh,
I feel like whenever I hear home theater, I feel like they're going to do a movie.
No, speakers.
Okay. And then Class House Electronics is running a mega promo on the 21st of September 2022. Buy a 65-inch television, get 32-inch for free. Wait.
I didn't see it coming.
No, so buy a 65-inch television and get 32-inch for free. Go and buy the 65 and give me the 32. Buy a Samsung, what is that? NeoQ LED
yes.
8K. Get a free Samsung S22 phone. A tabletop refrigerator for free. Buy any big freezer, get a microwave for free.
It's amazing, eh?
Right. A small freezer, get a blender for free. Buy a refrigerator, get a laptop burner for tabletop burner for free. Buy a blender, rice cooker, food processor, microwave, get free iPod and clipper. Extra discount for university students with student ID. Nice. Only on the Sphincters Road branch. Promo code is GAYOB Achawa. Branch is Kumasi. That's Santasi, adjacent to the Melcom. Housing opposite Global FM. Kaswa New Market opposite Belcom. Adabraka close to Adabraka Police Station. Sphincters opposite India Salt and Pepper Restaurant main showroom. Call Class House Electronics on 054-950-3305 or follow Class Electronics GH on Instagram, Facebook and TikTok. Terms and conditions definitely apply. But we'll see you at Class House Electronics on the 21st of December. When we are done shopping, then we'll go for the worship feast at 3 p.m. Yeah, with Ni Abe.
Which one of these things do you need in your house? The blender or the microwave?
I have both. So.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He's ready.
By the grace of God.
Anyways,
okay, final words to people and why they really need to come for this.
So I just want to say that everyone should try and come because this is like a revival. And if you feel down in your spirit and you feel like God has forsaken you and you're struggling in your walk with God, this is a place to be because it's going to be refreshing and you're going to find your way back to God. So just try and come, and it's for free. You're not going to lose anything. When you put the location in Google Maps or Uber or Bolt, it'll bring you right there. If you're coming by public transport, you can pick a car from 37 and alight at Accra Girls. You cross... when you get to Accra Girls, there's a taxi rank right there. You can pick
the information is on your social media platform. What's
yes. So on Instagram, Ni Abe Music. On Facebook, Ni Abe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Follow Ni Abe Music so that you can even get more informed about this program and many other things that he does. Guys, an amazing morning. Yeah?
So far, so good. We've come to an end of today's edition of the AM Club. My break.
Oh, bro.
I'm telling you.
It's hunger that is killing you.
That one too is fast. My boys are fasting, so now I'm feeling bad that I have to go and get breakfast.
Oh, you tomorrow. We'll ensure that you're
tomorrow
yeah.
is Tuesday. I'm a Tuesday.
Because the King's Chamber, you don't just go like that. If you're a bride, you dress nicely and go. Yeah, so you've got to fast, then we'll go, okay?
Come on.
All right, guys. Guys, thank you for joining us today on the AM Club live on MXN Sport Television. My name is Emefa. It has been a very beautiful installment. Good start of the week, and I trust that you enjoyed it. Many thanks for keeping us company. Have you said bye? No, my name is Godwin Number at Godwin Number on social media as well. Do have a lovely day. We're back here tomorrow with Travel Tuesday. Enjoy. We'll leave you in the hands of me, Abby.
So this song is Sound of Hallelujah.
Blessed is the King who comes in the name of the Lord. Peace in heaven and glory in the highest. Blessed is the King who comes in the name of the Lord. Peace in heaven and glory in the highest. So breathe upon me, breath of God, as it was in the beginning. Father, breathe upon me, breath of God, as it was in the beginning. You gave me your spirit to worship you. No, I won't let the rocks cry out to sing your praise. I will lift my voice to shout hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah to the Lord God. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah to the Lord God. Hope